dome, fool. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Run your mouth, bitch, run your mouth. Welcome to the devil's place. Burning in eternal flames is where your body finna lay. Baker with the double Glock, he's finna break your fucking face. Triple six is what we chatting while we tearing up the place. Run your mouth, bitch, run your mouth. What the fuck you talking about? If you talking all that shit, then let me see what you about. G59 in that motherfucking place. Suicide boys in the mirrors taking over this bitch, man. And they got me clicking, tripping, gripping on my fucking tech. If it was to run his mouth, and then I'm aiming at his chest. Resurrected from the dead, new sci-fi. Hit him with the fatal shot. Rip his heart and rip it off. Look into the fucking darkness, see the fucking black abyss. Step into the fucking shadows and begin to worship the six. Talking to my demons inside of my fucking head. Looking for the fucking bloodshed. Murderers, like what they say. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a 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 tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a tone right there at your dome, fool. Point me a tone right point me a tone right point 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 point. They recognize the greatest, twisted up with the six, keeping the shit too thick, the scarecrow without a stitch. Gotta lay it down to drive a buster or a sucker, hell Satan motherfuckers. Keep the meaning undercover, stash a purse from your mother, put a bullet in your brother. Ain't another motherfucker make you suffer like a suffer. 59 ways of murder all in one day. The suicide crazy have you going insane. Still is broken by replies, still they be running wild. I'm constantly getting high, trying to just in my life with a swipe of a rusty blade with slick and gray. Tombstone without a name, I'm just another slave. Point me, I point me, I point me, I point me. Motherfuckers wanna talk shit, call you walk, bitch. I know you see the sharp fist creeping in the darkness. Now you nothing but an enormous carcass. Start the harvest, this was your fate regardless. Targets think I'm homeless, but they end up on my carpet. Threads turning scarlet, it's up against the carnage. Find them in the garbage, coughing in my name, I gotta say it's fucking tarnished. But I'm gone me too long on a blue stone, like too soon after Lucifer. But my soul blood spilling out my head like it was down. Dairy out, law, money in my pop cup. Had the fucking storm before.
God damn it. There we go. Hey yo, who did it? Griff, what up, man? Welcome to the stream. Alright, I guess let me start. See what's going on with this.
From the title slide today.鉄拳トークライブ、発売してから2回目ですかね。はい。お疲れ様です、皆さん。今日マジでバタバタしてました。やばいです。直前までもうぐちゃぐちゃな状態で。
Wait, what, bro? What?
鉄拳トークライブエディゴールドスペシャルということで、はい。
I thought this was going to be all English.
スペシャルな
everyone, welcome to the next Tekken Talk Live. It's been a while. I think we've had a few updates since we last spoke. As you can see from the title slide, today we're going to be showing off a little bit of something special about Eddie Gordo as well. So we hope you enjoy the broadcast.
Yasuda Esports. Who is that
前回
man?
ね、ちょっとスライドが多いって多すぎるってはい、
PowerPoint.
はい、なので今回ちょっとだけ少なめででもまあでも多いですね。
でもそれなりにありますね。
はい。
So I know you all are expecting a huge PowerPoint presentation today, but we tried to cut down on the slides as much as possible. So
はい、コメントも
I like how he says cut down on his slides, but this shit's like 2.5 hours long. Come on now.
watching chat. No, we shouldn't probably, but we are. So we'll pick up some of the comments if they're relevant and touch on them during the broadcast.
やっていければと思います。じゃあ早速いきましょうか。はい。いきましょう。じゃあそれでお願いします。
Yeah, what's up, Plant?
前回
Also, I don't know why you didn't show up on my laptop.
ニートグライブ
What up?
大体40日ぐらいが経過してますね。はい。
So it's been about 40 days roughly. I think we did last time was February 20th for the last talk live. So over a month has passed since then.
はい。でその間に2回目のセカンドアップデート、2月29日やったりとか。
ABBA? You're playing ABBA? It's pretty cool. Okay, thanks for playing and having fun. It's been almost 40 days since the last live talk. In that time, we have implemented the second update and have been developing the two subsequent updates. We have surpassed 2 million units, much faster than T7. Thank you for the support. Nice.
あとまあおかげさまであれですよ倍
Broadcast, we had another one. In addition to that, you know, also in that time we've marked 2 million copies worldwide sold of Tekken 8. So it's kind of hard to put that number in perspective, but just think that, you know, well, that's a much faster pace than Tekken 7 did that. So we're quite happy, and it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you for the support.
はい。で前回4月にアップデートしますっていう宣言をさせていただいていたので、ちょっとエディの話の前に、その4月のアップデートの話をさせていただければなと思っております。はい。はい。
And also, I believe last time we spoke, we told you all that we were going to be doing an update in April, right? So that's still the plan, and I think we'll touch on some of those details first before we dive into some more Eddie goodness. So let's hear about it.
はい。で
When you find out, Plant, let me know.
でその
I
前
want to
に
know
そ
too.
の前にはい昨日アカウントの
Account suspensions, March 28. Okay, that was what, yesterday? Because I think today's the 29th, yeah. Accounts involved in unauthorized activities in Tekken 8 have been issued, bans ranging from temp to indefinite. This action targets users who violate the end user agreement license. After receiving multiple in-game reports, who you know got banned? What did they do? Or what did you think they were doing? Rank boosting, inappropriate stuff.
利用停止措置というものを
Yeah, what's up, Tuna?
はい
But really, my only unknown about that matchup is the install.
As
She's a huge plugger. Who is it?
some of you are aware, yesterday we did another round of bans for accounts in various measures, etc., for people who were behaving poorly. So yes, that round occurred yesterday.
はい無期限含むはい
あと警告もです。
そうですね警告もありますしまあいろんな
数千人とか
そう結構規模の
What do you mean you're not gonna drop names? They need to be shamed for this shit. They should be goddamn shamed.
はい
Excel ではとてもでき
In fact, everybody who's been plugging, we should all have like a master list of their IDs and like block them so that they never get to play the game again.
ないことですね。
はいそうですね
So yeah, the ban itself was a few thousand people actually, much more
Ooh.
than we would be doing in an Excel file. Which and this covered different increments. So some people just got mere slap on the wrist, hey, you need to improve your behavior, and some got all the way up to indefinite ban. So it covers a broad spectrum there.
でちょっと補足すると、でちゃうとね、顔全部なんでもう
Be very careful in the translation. But he was saying that some people were saying, oh, well, you probably don't just give them a slap on the wrist or ban them just for a week or two. But that's not the case. Some people are banned definitely. And we hope that people think really closely about this, because it's not just automatically ban them. We have to be very careful because you're taking away online access for players, which we've seen. Not necessarily our company, but there's been examples of people suing because of this.
Ooh.
So we have to make sure that we have the proper evidence,
I want to know who got sued for this shit. That's what I want to know.
etc., in place before we enact these more severe measures.
はい、でもうちょっと細かく言うと、これ日本語だけしか入れてなかったんですけど、煽りっていうのが入ってるんですよ。で煽り行為って別に対戦中のなんかなんだろうな、技とか行動とかって意味ではなくて、で的なだからにそれで他なんだろう、それが
Trans means I don't believe. So I don't believe this was. I'm just translating what Harada's saying, by the way. I don't believe this was in the English patch notes, but the Japanese mentioned aori, which means to kind of like harass or threaten someone. And this can be, it's kind of broad sweeping. It can be interpreted in a manner of different ways. So it seemed that some Japanese players thought maybe that means, they were key charging or something in game that might offend their opponent. That's not the case. We're talking more about in the Tekken Fight Lounge, where people are like maybe, stalking someone inside that space, or, hurling
Goddamn, virtual stalking in the fight lounge? Oh my god.
racial slurs or abuse towards them.
That's
These are the kind
crazy.
of things we're specifying when we're banning people for that.
はい、であと重要なこととしては、今後です、4月以降、のアップデートで、ですね、今切断率ってあるじゃないですか。あれが正しく、ユーザーには正しく、表示されてません。で我々のデータベース上ではしっかりっていうと、もう分かる整いにもっとでどんどん快適にはなっていくと思います。
So he's just mentioning that there's 2 points mainly. The first is the disconnect rate, which we've had since Tekken 7. Many people have probably noticed, but this wasn't being properly displayed to players in the game. Although on the back end it was actually collecting that data, so that part was working. So for the update, we want to make sure that that actually is displayed as intended for everyone, so they have a better choice when accepting the matches, etc. Not just that, but we also have a few other measures that we plan to implement, such as for people who disconnect often. Right now you can still kind of like report them, etc. But to more streamline the process so that our system picks them up and then not only displays the disconnect but matches these kind of people to each other, so that the average player doesn't have to encounter them online. They can play against each other all they want, right?
Wait, what?
So these kind of measures, and also just to try to alleviate some of the frustration, to make it more easy to understand the penalty for people who are misbehaving.
Wait.
And also to alleviate the
I need to make sure I understand what he was saying there.
everyone's actually it's mainly the first is the
とかそういう部分入れようと思って
mentioning that there's 2 points mainly. The first is the disconnect rate, which we've had since Tekken 7. Many people have probably noticed, but this wasn't being properly displayed to players in the game.
Right.
Although on the back end it was actually
It's been
collecting
logged?
that data, so that part was
Okay.
working. So for the update, we want to make sure that that actually is displayed as intended for
Right.
everyone, so they have a better choice when accepting the matches, etc. Not just that, but we also have a few other measures that we plan to implement, such as for people who disconnect often. Right now you can still kind of like report them, etc. But to more streamline the process so that our system picks them up and then not only displays the disconnect but matches these kind of people to each other so that the average player doesn't have to encounter them online.
Nice.
They can play against each other all they want, right? So these kind of measures, and also just to try to alleviate some of the frustration, to make it more easy to understand the penalty for people who are misbehaving, and then also to alleviate the pain on the side who was disconnected from. So, whether that's like if someone disconnects from you and then even your screen kind of like it pauses for a minute while in the background the game is sorting it out, right? To try to alleviate that a little bit more. And so I know it's kind of frustrating that this process we're going through and people are saying, oh, just do this or just do that. Just keep in mind it is a P2P game, so for most instances it is there's ways to kind of detect which side it was that disconnected. But that said, there are kind of loopholes, or we're not going to like tell you how this is done, but there are certain instances that make it much more difficult to detect which side actually disconnected. But that said, we're trying to find workarounds for those as well.
Translation. That means there's a means of plugin that makes it difficult to determine who was actually disconnected or not. But they don't want to tell us which way, right? Because then everybody would be doing this way. Fair enough.
Connecting to a server, etc., to listen to try to detect those bad instances as well. So yes, we are working on it, and we appreciate your patience in this matter.
はい。あ、どうぞ。
この4月のそのアップデートでその切断周りのその検知の仕組みだったり判定を結構厳しく見直しているので、その辺も含めて
the next update, these disconnects, etc. This where kind of
健全にプレイしていただければなと思います。
That said, since we're kind of redoing the system that detects these disconnects, etc., everyone's going to start off from zero from the next update. So if you're on good behavior, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're a plugger or disconnector, whatever you want to call it, you will be matched into the plugger purgatory with other like-minded players. So we're going to improve those kind of things for the players.
開発内では通常監獄マッチということですね。プラッガー同士ばっかりがマッチングしていく監獄にどんどん入っていく。
どっちが早く切るか。
監獄マッチ。
そんな勝負が。
でもそれやってると一生そこから抜けられない。
抜けられないし永久版の対象になりやすいです。はい、そういうプレー。はい。
So they call it kangoku match in Japanese, which means like being a prison for pluggers. So you can plug on each other still, but that means that you're going to be stuck in prison for a longer amount of time. So we don't recommend that. In addition, also at the same time, we are keeping the logs of that, so those people will also be picked up for bans, whether that's a certain amount of time or infinite. It will be judged accordingly.
はい、あとすみません、もう一回ね、ちょっともう一回だけ煽りをリキャップしておくと、ちょっとチャット欄見てると、分かりにくいっていう人もいたんで、バトル項目の通報にも確かに入ってるんですけど、なん抽象なんで書くときのと思われて、これはあまりであくまでってると。大体分かってもらえたかな。
So he just wants to go into the aori, the harassment. I guess a lot of the Japanese players are wondering what this is. If you're worried about it, maybe you should be on better behavior. But it's basically in the lobby harassing someone via chat or continue following them around or sending them messages with inappropriate content and stuff like this. So the way what happens is when you do that and offend someone, then they're going to report you. And if we get enough of these unique people who are reporting a certain person, obviously there's something to that, and we look into that. And if the evidence is there, then they are a candidate for ban.
まあハラスメントと一緒で、
そうです。
受けた相手
That's hard for
しましょうねっていう節度ある鉄拳ライフを楽しみましょうと。
So, basically just don't be a jerk, right? Online. I mean, I know it's hard for many people, but just don't do it, because if enough people report you, then you'll come to the top of the list. So just don't do it. Try not, take a break, count to 10, whatever you need to do.
はい、あと、あんまり細かい話は言及してもちょっと長くなるだけなんであれですけど、今ユーザーから多分質問多かったその切断ね、意図しない切断ってあるじゃないですか。例えばPC クラッシュしちゃったとか、あと本当にルーターがね、調子悪かった、そういうの大体こっち分かるんでです。そうです。とかな
Word if they're
りますね。はい。
right. So some people seem like they're worried if they're gonna be on the ban list because of a crash or some kind of unexpected network trouble. We understand that happens, and it's not like you're gonna be banned for your computer crashing several times. If you're getting a lot of crashes, maybe that's something you need to look into, whether that's your hardware or if you need to report to us if something's wrong with the game. But we're not going to ban you for stuff like that, obviously.
はい。じゃあ
But does that mean they could tell the difference? I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, obviously, we don't expect to be banned for something like that, but can they tell the difference between your computer crashing or you're having like a network issue or not? Because if they can, that's great. Then you could just rest at ease.
問題はいいですかね。
はい
ちょっと細か
はいい。ちょっと気分を変えて、
味変お願いします。
はい、未来の話を
マジ
しましょう。ということで、3回目のアップデート、実施いたします。日付が4月2日、
もうすぐ
北米はい、4月1日ですね。もうすぐです。
So it's the update end of April. So that's quite soon, actually. And so we're going to go over the details for you right now.
はい。で、主に最初にいるんじゃないかまし
One is store.
基本的にバランスだり、本当に上げられてのアップデート
This isn't a balance update per se. It's kind of continuing from the last update where we made adjustments that corrected some of the techniques, etc., that weren't working as we intended them. So it's kind of like bug fixes or just making things more according to spec. So please keep that in mind.
はい。
で
で、
こうした
パッチのどこかだけ、してもら
Patch notes just to see you soon. So hopefully, we're gonna have the patch notes for you soon. But Nakatsu is gonna show off a few of the main.
Where's the
points.
patch
You can
notes?
see just
I
a
need to
small
pull that
kind of
up.
like screen capture of the volume of it, so you can get an idea of how much is changing. But we're gonna go with some of the major points from Nakatsu.
Patch notes is coming April 2nd. Wait,
の
what?
意味にこだわる人は割と多いなっていうのがよく分かって
Wait,
る。
what?
えっと
Hold on. It says get ready fighters. Patch notes, blah 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 is coming. Oh, that's when it's coming. But you could read the notes here. Okay. Let me load that up one time. New playable content, Eddie. Fight pass added. Shop stuff added. See full patch notes here. God damn. Alright, let's keep it pushing with this.
修正っていう言葉と
はい
調整って言葉が維持する意味持ってでももう
じゃあですが、ちょ
のホールドして優先その
One of the main points, a little bit easy, that Nakatsu was just talking about, you might want to consider is we made it a little bit easier to throw escape in certain instances when a player was maybe perhaps for some reason holding down LP, for example. Then when they tried to input both punch buttons to escape both punch button throw, it wasn't responding according to how we intended. So that's to be corrected.
はい、あとは今回のパッチではないんですけども、今後のパッチで、特によく言われているカウンター時の投げ抜け猶予が、厳しいってところに関しても、その投げ抜けの猶予の見直しを含めて今検証中ですので、こちらに関してもちょっと、データ
The April 2nd one,
カウンター時の投げ抜けです。確定はしないです。
So the Nakatsu was just mentioning that although this isn't in the April 2nd one, one of the maybe updates after that, he plans to change the throw escapes window, I guess you could say, to be a little bit more forgiving for when it hits on a counter hit.
はい、そんな感じで、まあ、ちょっとあとは、
Okay.
実機を見せながら、
That's fair.
後ほど、まあ
That
パッ
is
チノートの
completely
中から
fair.
紹介しようかなと思ってい
気を
ます。
画面の方お願いいたします。
So let's check out some actual in-game footage from the build. Our actual, he's going to be playing from the build today.
はい、一つ目がですね、
デブジム
を絡めたコンボのデビルツイスト、その今、高ダメージ、い
Some of the
できるんだよ。
けますか？
Nakatsu just mentioning that some of the spec regarding how damage scaled was not as intended. So sometimes when you slam the opponent into the ground, or some other times when stage gimmicks kind of come into effect, he was particularly mentioning with Devil Jin when you're doing a Devil Twister. それ
あ、ごめんなさい、ヘブンズワード、間違えましたね。今まあ
もしかしてそっち気になってた
動画で見せた通りなんですけど、実機で。ヘブンズ
So
ワードで割れなくなって。
yeah, I was just confirming. He said Devil Twister, but what he actually meant was when you use like Heaven's Door when you're doing an attack on an opponent who's in a down state. The damage was a bit more than we'd actually intended because it wasn't scaling properly. So the one he just showed you was what he's talking about, and so the damage is going to scale properly when we fix this.
はい、なんでまあこれはちょっと意図してなかった、コンボの長さとダメージがそのダウン状態で特定の技を当てたりギミック発動して吹き飛び補正がうまく効いてなかったところの修正になります。で実際そのコンボダメージが高いとか、長いっていったところは、まあ、他にもドラグノフとか順に、よく言われてるんですけども、いわゆるまあ本当の意味でのバランス調整ですね。そのコンボの、ダメージが変わったりするっていうのは次回以降に行いますんで、まあ、今回に関してはそういった、コンボのダメージとギミックに関する修正を行いました。
And so we realized that some people were frustrated because of these characters having long combos or high damage combos, and some of this is because of the way it's scaled from both hitting opponent while they're in a down state, but also when they're using some kind of a stage gimmick and the damage wasn't scaling after the drop from the floor, right? So these kind of things are going to be corrected not in this April 2nd patch, but one after that.
はい。
あれだよね、4月2日のやつには入らないけど、その後ですね。
その後に4月2日以降に行うのはドラグノフとか順だったりコンボダメージが高いと言われているものの見直しです。
So some of it's going to be in the next patch, but characters like June or Dragonolf will just keep revising these for further patches as well.
はい。であとまあもう一つだけちょっとまあ、デビルジンの相手キャラアズセナ皆さん気になっているとは思うんですけども、アズセナのエスプレッソアグレッシオっていう、まあ、スラッシュキックがあるんですけど、まあ、こちらのちょっと、性能が思った以上にやっぱ強くて対応も難しいってところで、まあ、少しだけ、ちょっとそれを緩和する、調整を行っています。
And so now Naka's just mentioning about he's going to not show you Devil Jin, but more particularly Azucena, the character he's facing currently. I'm sure a lot of people are very frustrated by her, I guess we call it a slash kick, you know, the while running
3-2.
Was it 3-2? 3-2, I believe, yeah. Which was hard to get around. You basically were kind of stuck, right?
はい。で実際大きなところで言うと空振り一発目が空振りした時に以前は2発目も出てたんですけども、一発目が空振りした場合は2発目が出ないようになってます。それと、2発目の、持続フレーム3フレーム削ったので、まあ、遠目から触れたり、まあ、壁際に、押し付けられた時に、まあ、かわしやすくなってます。
So basically what we're going to do with this is we're changing the properties so that when the first hit, the knee, doesn't connect, then the follow-up attack, it just whiffs, right? So it should be easier to go around. And then also the active frames of the move have also been decreased by 3. So, you know, if your back's on the wall or something like that, some of these really kind of frustrating circumstances should be alleviated.
はい。で、まあ、実際、まあ、現状の環境ではその中でスラッシュキックガードして削りダメージ取られて、さらにスラッシュキック読んだ時に、まあ、横移動してしゃがむって言ったらすごく難しい対応をしなければいけなかったのが今言った変更で、2発目が出なくなっているのと横移動がしやすくなっているのでそれをお見せします。
So, you know, basically up until then, people just had to kind of left sidestep and then duck, right? And it was the timing was quite strict on that. But now we've changed it, so you just have to.
Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, Grant? You?
こんな感じですね。
like this.
2発目あれ出てて追いかけてきたりしてました。
Before, you know, even if you evaded the first hit,
I couldn't take people's word for this shit. I needed to watch this video myself.
the second hit would still follow you. But we're gonna correct it.
こんな感じで避けやすくなってるんで、
Follow you. But we're gonna correct it.
こんな感じで避けやすくなってるんで、まあ、この辺は、まあ、ちょっと調整に近い、まあ、修正を行いました。
So it's not necessarily a balance update per se, but it's fixing the move, which as a result kind of changes the balance, right?
はい。って言ったのが、まあ、次
I like how they're not referring to this update as a balance patch though.
に当たる
That leads me to think that they actually have like stuff in mind for what they want to do with the balance.
パッチノートから抜粋したちょっと実機のプレイになります。
And now he's going to show us some of the other
excuse
things that he's changed.
はい。まあ、他にも、たくさんあるんですけども、まあ、詳細は、今後公開されるパッチノートをご確認ください。
So please wait for the full patch notes later on. He's just only showing a few examples today.
いつも通りX の方で公式アカウントの方で、
はい。
パチノート公開したら皆さんにお知らせをいたします。
So obviously, well, it's all of you know on X and Tekken's official SNS accounts when the patch notes are ready.
最近ちょっと忙しくて他社さんのこういう放送見れてなかったんですけど、これちょっとコメント取りたいんですけど、実際これぐらい細かい
This is kind of random, but like, does anybody know what fast food chain this is? I'm pretty sure it's American, but I can't tell what it is. They said this is the best ever, so okay then, I guess. Kinda mid. Alright, cool. I will keep that in mind.
すぎる、それともこういう
あ、そうですね。
情報をもっと聞きたい。ちょっとそれは分かんなくて、
そうですね。僕
ちょっと実験的にちょっとやらせてもらいました
結構。
The balance adjustments as well. Harada is
あれなのか、いやちょっとお前ら細かすぎますよ。なんか
so Harada is just wanted to ask everyone watching today, and I'm quite curious as well. Is this what you guys are looking for? I mean, not the balance adjustment, but like we're going into
There's actually a lot of stuff I want to like watch and take in today. I've seen there's a lot of discussion about new age fighting games versus old fighting games. I want to see if I could find that video, because I want to hear what people are actually talking about.
a lot of fine details here. Is this something that you guys want to hear more of, or is it more?
Because like I mentioned it last night, but like I feel like we're in a spot now where developers cannot make fighting games that has a very defensive slant. Like you can't make the fighting game too defensive, otherwise it's boring. But I don't know if I'm wrong, but that's the impression I'm getting.
Basic stuff is what you're after.
我々毎日鉄拳8のことをずっと考え続けているので、
そうです。
やっぱりこう小さいことでも
だよね。でもどっかの
言い出しても
2000人
It's like this with Knuckles. Well, if that's something you guys.
この話面白いのかな
ちょっと我に返るみたいな。
Okay, well, if that's something you guys are interested in, maybe we'll have some kind of appearance like this with Nakatsu and Harada, and we go through more detail about these kind of changes to the game.
あと
Wait, what?
昔やられてましたよね。
だね。
I don't think it's important. Whatever.
そう
ちょっと働き
Let's
すぎ
keep it pushing.
What's going on? But
じゃあ元気出していきましょうか。スライドの方に。
よし
おっ
よし、それで行ってみよう。
じゃあ
Okay.
行っていきましょう。
Next
はい
slide.
next slide お願い
Character adjustments. Third update. Work on an update focused on battle system balance is underway, but we're undertaking this with the utmost caution. By carefully evaluating user player collected data around the world. What is this though? I want to see it. I want this information.
NEXT SLIDE
ということでさっき 次の調整、
はい、
まあ、1.03 が次なんですが、さらに次ですかね。
さらに次。
はい、調整に言及があったんで、まあ、その辺で何するかっていうところをちょっとお話ししていければなと思っております。
Big very vague. So, sorry, I'm just trying to get more clarification because Japanese can be very vague. So we're gonna go into more details. This is just we're not finished with the update information. So please stay tuned. We're gonna keep updating you guys with this info.
これ今出てるのが
The one thing I really wanted clarity on and we didn't
キャラ
get
クターのこれ使用率です
これ全世界、
全世界の
あと地域ごともあります
地
よね。
域ごとだったり全体の使用率をちっちゃいですけど、
ユーザーとか作ってる
集計多分で発売中に
これ本当一部だけ
I ain't gonna lie, if I was watching this live, I would be highly annoyed.
Right, so Harada just mentioned that this is some of the data showing the character usage because we know that that's very interesting for you guys, right? And that is one of the kind of materials we use in some of our decisions on balancing the game or making adjustments, etc. So, and this is just, one example of the myriad amount of data that we collect on the game in the back end.
なのでまあどうしても
of
時間が
course.
かかっちゃいますというお話はありつつ、
はい
例えばこの使用率のデータだけでもこれもうちょっと分かりやすく、表示するとこんな感じに
Yeah, what the fuck is this? Wait, what? Character usage ranking in all online modes. Wait, so this is for high ranks, this is low ranks. So low ranks is Reina, King, Jin, Dragonov, Harang. I wonder how much of an overlap we have here. I'm surprised Victor is not a little bit higher. I'm surprised Steve is so high. I thought Lily would have been higher. I'm surprised Steve and Brian are so high. Everybody else, I guess I could see it. Wow, Victor is third on this list. That's crazy. Interesting. I'm surprised June is so low. I'm surprised Nina is so high. Steve is still kinda high. For character, people are saying it's trash.
スライドの職人の
これちょっと見方を解説を
はい
安田さんお願いします。
見えるっていうね。
Well, how
Go ahead.
shut up, So, just going into the we were showing you the raw data in the previous slide, but this is probably a more digestible one we thought. But Harada said, nah, maybe we should have Yesterday Sports explain a little bit about what's going on with all these lines.
上がさっきお見せした
うん
細かい、全世界のオンラインモードで、遊ばれているキャラクターの、はい、
全体の使用率、
はい
使用率
優勢、
はい
使用率の順番ですね。
So the top, the blue portion is just overall. It's not broken down into ranks or anything. This is just overall character usage across the globe and across all characters and across.
Oh, right. Oh, this is in general. Okay. Okay, then I can maybe see that more.
All ranks.
はい、で下側が
I mean, Steve's still high though, right? Steve, I would say, is still pretty high for a character everyone says is trash. Like, he's right next to King, who is easily one of the most brain-dead characters in the game.
鉄拳神ですよね。
原神以上ですね。
鉄拳神以上の
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a believer on Steve being trash. I'm not quite there yet.
キャラクターの、ランキングになります。
With the
これは
red.
でも、
数です。
SNS でもこういうのを
似たようなものを
頑張って集計
リーダーボードから、はい、視聴率
So this one on the bottom is actually, if you look at it, Tekken God and above only, that's what the character usage looks like for the red portion. So We see a lot of people on SNS kind of doing their own by looking at the individual rankings and doing their own collection of the data, etc. But this is our official data and what it looks like from our side.
は
Hmm.
い、でこれ何が言いたいかというと、
I like that they're sharing this kind of information. That's cool.
まあ、かなり難易の高いプレイヤーの使っているキャラとあと全体の、勝率を見比べたときに今この線がですねぐちゃぐちゃになってるんですけど、
うん
まあ、線がぐちゃぐちゃになってるということはつまり環境全然違いますよ。
イコールじゃないと
イコールじゃないですね。はいでこれに勝率のデータとかも合わせると本当にバラバラになっていくので、まあ、そういったデータを、まあ、日々そのチューニング衛生的なども踏まえて、まあ、そのキャラクターのその調整っていうものを行っているので、まあ、結構いろんなものです。
Wins, right? You can not so clear cut as this character's.
かかっているのが現状です。
So you can see that it's not so clear cut as this character's OP. Everyone uses them and wins, right? You can see quite a different data usage here between the whole Tekken population and then above Tekken God. And as such, we want to make sure that we're tuning the game right. So we do actually break the data down into fine details like this. Also, all of us looking at SNS to see what the top players are saying and what your average just fan of Tekken is saying, and try to get a lot of different data points to use in our decision making.
はい、なので、
Hmm.
これ難しいのはデータキャラクター対キャラクターの何けどもそうすればなんで例で言いますけど調子下手す勝ってですね強いピッチングするポールじゃなくてやっぱってそういうまあデータのここのどのユーザーに意見を渡すということないけども俺
You can see this. Let me inform. So I'm just complaining to Harada that he talks too long and you guys don't speak Japanese. To let me inform you a little bit more frequently, right? So what we're just basically talking about, as you can see, this is just one point of data, and so we just want to make sure that people don't talk about balance in just one perspective, because there isn't just one. You can see that perspective changes if you're a beginner, intermediate player, and if you're Tekken World Tour competitor, etc. So it's quite different. So it's very important to notice that we take both, these kind of subjective data and then also objective data, both. So of course, it's not just about what's on the back end, because we realize that maybe you don't feel the same way. There's more subjective things like this character's too strong, etc. And he gave the example of Tekken 7 that people are quite familiar with. If you look at Akuma in the previous game, everyone was saying he's broken, he's so strong, which would lead you to believe that anyone could just pick him up and win.
Right. No, he's strong if you could execute what he needs to do.
Right. But when we looked at the back end, we noticed that the win rate for him was
Yeah, I guess his win rate's pretty low, I would imagine. Imagine Happy Chaos in any other game, that's crazy. That's what kills Strive, man. That is what kills Strive.
If you look at the whole Tekken population was like 40 something, in a lot of cases it was low 30s, etc. So it really is difficult to talk about game balance if you're not looking at all these areas.
Mm-hmm.
And we realize we can't just ignore the subjective data. Also, we do have to listen to what everyone's experience is in first person when they're playing against people online. So we try to keep a good balance. And to do this, obviously you can kind of get an idea of how much time it would take to actually get all of this relevant data and the data points together to make a more informed decision. So that's why it's taking a bit of time, more than you might want to balance the game, because you want to do a perfect job of it.
Exactly. I mean, people want this now, I want it now type of like behavior. They should know this shit's gonna take a while. There's no way they're gonna perfect this off rip. That is just an unrealistic expectation. Like, it just doesn't work like that in the real world, unfortunately. So yeah, we just kind of have to hold tight for a little bit.
はい、でなので、まあいわゆるさっき、長須さんも言ってた、調整というものは、今4月
Oh wait, what's this? character adjustments version 1.04 schedule in May. Okay, so post Evo Japan, we're gonna have this update. Wow. Wait, when is Evo Japan? It's late April. Okay, so just basically a couple days after Evo Japan. We'll primarily focus on buffing characters who haven't been able to fully showcase their uniqueness. However, adjustments to certain moves that exhibit significant strength will also be made. Alright, cool, so typical bullshit.
2日の、3回目のアップに
初めてですね。はい。
Roughly-
はいます。
So you can see the schedule from the slide here. Roughly, so we have this.
February 29th. I don't even remember what that was like. Yeah, this third update's going to be interesting, I hope.
Second update, and then the third update, like you see right now, coming in soon.
Wait, no. The big balance update is this one, right? Yeah, that's the one I want to know more about.
And then we'll have Evo Japan. So we're talking about balance, like Nakatsu was mentioning. The April 2nd one is just to kind of fix stuff that was unintended. Where the general, where everyone talks about a game balancing update, that's what's really going to be what we're doing for the post Evo Japan one. So you can see it penciled in for May currently. That's the one that you guys are going to really see as a big balance update.
Okay. So it sounds to me like the really obvious things, they're trying to hammer that down first, although they're taking their sweet time. And I guess this is when they probably really have like an informed decision on how they feel like they want to progress with the game. Arcs change the system of the game to nerf him? Or really no? I wouldn't know. I just know he got nerfed, I think, somehow.
So just to be clear, the stuff that Nakatsu was showing you, just a few examples of the Devil Jin stuff, and also Azucena's her slash. That's going to be fixed before Evo Japan. So those 4 pages, we didn't show you all the details yet. We'll release them as soon as possible. That's the stuff that's going to be done before Evo Japan. So what we're talking about now is post Evo Japan. We're going to have a much larger, more intensive balance update.
はい。で、ちょっとこれ文字ばっかり恐縮なんです。これパッチノートからテキストを書き出してるんですけど、バランスの、話だけじゃなくて、機能の追加も行います。はい。はい。
So we know this is a lot of text, a big wall of text here, right? But it's not just about kind of fixing up some of the moves that weren't as intended. We're also kind of, polishing some of the features of the game as well.
Burst has a full screen hitbox. Actually, wait, I don't even know what that means. Burst as in... Wait, you can hit people when they burst? I don't know.
はい、
Keep in mind, I barely know anything about Strive, okay?
例えば、いくつかあるんですが、を政治性、もう一個。
But yeah, when I get the hard drive, which should be hopefully sometime next week, I'm definitely going to load up Strive. Maybe even King of Fighters.
は前回説明したんですけど、Steam 版の方でメインメニューにゲームを終了する。
Maybe I'll do like a SNK Sundays or something. I think I have some other SNK games.
はい、ボタンを追加したりとか、はい、っていうようなアップデートをやります。
So this is just a few examples of some improvements we're going to be making to the game as well. One of them being, I know sometimes you might be matched with an opponent where you both are kind of not really satisfied with the connection quality, and you can both choose, hey, let's just opt out of this match with no penalty. So if you both choose that, you can quit from these different modes we're talking about. But then also the random select as well. So I know this is something we had in Tekken 7, but currently if I'm playing Nakatsu and I don't know if he's randomly selected the match like maybe he was supposed to or not. So there'll be an actual indicator on the screen. And
Wait, what?
Maybe he was if I'm playing Nakatsu and I don't know if he's randomly selected the match like maybe he was supposed to or not. So there'll be an actual indicator on
Oh, if you're randomly selecting the stage is what they're talking about. Okay. In season 2, it was only a circle around you, so you could miss the bus. Oh, it has a full screen hitbox. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that sounds crazy. Interesting.
the screen. And then last, this is just for the Steam version, but currently you have to go into the options to then go quit the game. So we're going to be adding one more at the forefront of the main menu for the Steam version.
Because he can full screen juggle with guns, so in season 2 all his stuff was unburstable. Oh. Oh. I see.
Just kind of quality of life improvements.
はい、でもう一個、機能の追加として、鉄拳ファイトパスという、新たな機能を、追加いたします。
The Tekken Fight Pass that we briefly touched on.
はい、これいわゆるバトルパス
そうですね。
はい、期間内に、オンライン対戦で、デイリーとかウィークリーのミッションを達成して、レベルを上げていくと、いろんな、カスタマイズアイテム
I wonder if I might end up making some beginner strive videos. But that might be a while.
が入手できますよというものになります。
So obviously, you know, this is the name for it in our game, the Tekken Fight Pass, but you all might be more familiar with just, you know, a standard battle pass. So you're going to have like daily missions or weekly missions that, and kind of performing them, then you'll get these, you'll unlock various items in the game.
はい、
Okay, items like what though?
キャラだけじゃなくて、
I wanna
アバターもあります
see.
しプレイヤーのものもありますし、例えば称号
I
だったりと
wanna
か、
see.
アバターの1パーツであったりとか、いろんなものが、入手できますので、はい、ぜひ、プレイをしていただきたいなと思っております。
And so some of the rewards, we're not going to go into all the details today, but it's going to be a variety of different things that you can unlock in the game, such as, you know, character customization stuff, or maybe parts for your avatar, also the titles, or even maybe some character.
Wait, that's a Fortnite thing? I've never played Fortnite in my life. Who knows, I might have to look up Fortnite at one point or another. I see.
Panel stuff.
はい、で皆さん気になると思うんですが、無料のコースですね、この今のスライドの、右側にあるのが実際の画面なんですが、無料で、遊べるコースと、あと有料で、遊べる、プレミアムの、コースと2種類ご用意をしております。はい、はい、
So as you can see in the slide, there is going to be a completely free tier that you can just, you know, complete by playing the game, and then kind of a premium tier. So, you know, pretty standard for a battle pass like structure.
はい、で有料の方は、どんどん、レベルを上げていくと、鉄拳コインも、はい、
And the prevalence of free live service games are because of Fortnite.
はい、有料で、買っていただいても、またさらにコインが返ってくるといった形になりますので、それを使ってまた
Wait, why is the Reina thing showing up twice?
することができるといった仕組みになっております。
Yeah, I'm a bad gamer. I kinda more or less just play fighting games.
Is often the case,
So I don't really know too much about other stuff.
Currency to purchase other stuff in the store, you'll gain Tekken coins back from your purchase.
はい、で今お話ししたいろんなアイテムっていうのが、これも4月2日の、はい、3回目のアップデートに入る、アイテムになりますが、
There's so many games, so little time.
コスチュームですね。はい、あと吉光の復刻コス。
これね、
これ
結構
竹谷さんのね大人気の。
あと結構ね、みんな自分の Mitsu and Eddie Gordo Avatar score. Sorry, Avatar skin. And we just want to be completely.
Wait, what did he say?
For Yoshimitsu and Eddie Gordo Avatar score.
He said score?
Avatar. These are actually, you're gonna need Tekken coins to purchase these items.
これサイバー
Twisted on
あれなんですよね。つけてる
サングラス
と、はい。あと、
サイバーサングラスみたいな
全身のものと
はい
3つのアイテムで構成されていて、かついろんなキャラクターが、カスタマイズ可能、いろんなキャラクターが、着ることができる、
はい
はいいうものなので、今まで鉄拳ショップは、固有のいわゆる固有の復刻コスっていうものを、追加したんですが、今回はサイバーパックでちょっとまた経路の違うアイテムになりますので、ぜひ
Damn, what are you guys talking about in NCH?
全て
I'm missing the convo.
ぜひちょっとそういうものも楽しんでいただけたらなというふうに思っております。
And some of the cool stuff with the cyber pack there is that it consists of hairstyle.
The only thing I know for sure is I can't wait to see Evo Japan. I'm so excited to watch Evo Japan. Like, I can't remember the last time I was this excited to watch something like tournament-wise.
Kind of cyber sunglasses almost, and then the costume. And so
I also don't really watch too many movies either, so yeah, maybe
you
anything.
can wear these with a variety of different cast in the lineup, and also kind of mix and match the parts as well.
で、左下に、
左下に
これエディですかね。
これ
エディの、
小さいけど
はい、
エディ
小さいけど
I don't think he can be nerfed without gutting the
こ
character.
の3回目のアップデートで入ってくる、
I feel like it's very important that we describe things accurately. Because we live in a day and age right now where everything has to be sensationalized for the purpose of views. You guys ever notice like nothing is never middle of the road. It's either it's OP or it's gutted. It's so frustrating to deal with, like, when talking about stuff like this. Because that's usually the only two perspectives we see people coming at with. There's no middle grounds. Everything's either OP or it's gutted.
ということは、
I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong though, but like, I'm just talking in general. It just reminded me like how annoying that could be.
いうことはどういうことなんですかね。
ということは次のスライドに行けば答えが分かる
なるほど。
And this is, if you notice that little small element on the screen to your bottom left, it looks like certain.
Yeah, I'm not saying that necessarily applies to what you're talking about, Plant, but I'm just so constantly bombarded by that line of thinking. It does get really frustrating to deal with, like, what seems to be many years now.
certain capoeirista that maybe we'll be talking about more. So that's a good transition.
I get what you're saying though, but like I don't really have any input. Like maybe you're right, yeah.
Into the next slide and the next portion about Eddie Gordo.
じゃあ次すいません、ちょっと
はい
スライドがなくてですね、実はちょっと次映像になっちゃうんです。
いやこのエディゴールドスペシャルのために本当に用意したんですよこれ
ちょっ
また
と
例のごとく32キャラ全キャラ作り終えたなと思いつつ、追加キャラ来たんでまたいつもの僕と
I bet there are many mid characters in Strive, but like the thing I'm addressing is the problem is people will call all those mid characters trash. Like, you know, we're no longer allowed to say like mid. Everything is either is OP or is trash. There's no middle ground.
本当の
There's no nuance to the topic anymore.
テンションちょっとテンション上げて
テンション
And I largely blame content creators for this because they have to sensationalize shit to get clicks. I get it.
暗いって言われる
本当ですか、疲れてんだよねごめんなさいエディのちゃんとキャラクターのトレーラーを用意しましたんで、
はい
ぜひこの結構気合い入れて作ったの
That's why I'm trying to be different. I don't want to sensationalize bullshit. I just want to like tell people the way I see it.
で、楽曲も含めて
はい。
新生カポエラのエディ・ゴールドを
はい
お楽しみいただければと。
トレーラー終わったら寝ていいから。
ありがとうございます。
So, our director Nakatsu is quite tired from all the work he's been doing on the game, but he wants to
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but Harada definitely seems like, I don't know, he's not giving off energetic vibes right now.
to get you guys excited as possible. So he created an awesome trailer for us, and he put a lot of effort into not just the
And relative to the characters I play, every character cannot beat Fast Slash is garbage. How would you beat Fast Slash though? Yeah, how would you go about beating Fast Slash?
the camera angles and all that stuff, but the sound, the music to the trailer, everything is going to be intense. So we're trying to bring the voltage here, get everyone excited, and yeah, let's get to it then.
Let's go.
You know what? I like how Harada realized no one would care if he made the characters he plays top tier. I don't really think Harada has like any interest in making characters he like top tier. I think he's too far removed for that shit. If he does have any bias, it's probably very slight. You know? You just play around it. A lot of characters have tools to beat it. Does Kai have any? His favorite characters are Heihachi and Feng, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I don't think Harada has like... I don't think he cares about stuff like that. Oh, I didn't even watch this yet. Like, I watched a couple, like, 10-15 seconds of this. Alright, let's fucking go. Alright. I'll show you copyright's finest. Oh shit, the tag 1 song, let's go. Indomitable Flash. I don't like this fit though. I don't love the hair, but like the fit, not my shit. Down forward 4. Okay, that's some new shit. There's a bunch of new animations here. That looks like down 2-3. Ooh! New while standing 4 extensions. 1-3. Relax. There's a new transition. Back 4. Oh. Up forward 4. Oh, that got a new transition. Oh, that's it. Oh, new run and attack. Oh god, Eddie's gonna be a menace.
It's game over for you.
You're merciless as ever. Oh yeah, he has a power up now. There's the mid throw. Hey. These animations look crazy though. Yeah, like honestly, these might be the best animations in the game. God damn, it's so flashy. Okay then. There's a lot going on here. Alright, Eddie has the coolest animations by far. Some of the animations look a little bit jammed though, but like it's not enough to like really piss me off. Or like annoy me, I should say rather. Default 3. Summer, autumn, winter.
ということで、
やりました、ついに。
中津寝てよし。
ありがとうございます。
寝てよし。
Sarada saying, "You can sleep now, Nakatsu. Your work is done."
とにかくでちょっとだいぶ目が覚めてきました。
そうですね、
はい
タッグ1ですね。
タッグ1の、はい。
エディ・ゴールド、ジェネラルアクセスって書いてるんですけど、一般アクセスですね。が、さっき最後エン スレートで、PDT4 月4日って書いてあるんですけど、日本
So,
Wait, what? Dash in around it and block it if it comes out. Is it very negative on block? Oh yeah, why does Strive not have frame data? Play with your fireball as a neutral. You're really the only one with a projectile. You can dash slide in if you have meter. Stun dipper, I think you call it. And then there's the air you can approach from. Kai would be pretty decent against Fast Slash. It's either player's turn after it's blocked. Alright, I don't know. I'll start finding out when I
just keep in mind
re-download
this is the
back
general
again.
access, so you can see from the slide. That's April 5th. I believe that's the Japan time. If you're in California or Pacific Daylight Time, that's the 4th. But that's the general access. So the early access is actually the 1st or the 2nd, depending on your region.
はい、で、アーリーアクセスあります。プレイアブルキャラクターイヤンパスをお持ちの方、
72 hours
つまり、
access,
デラックスエディションか、アルティメッ
baby!
トエディションか、もしくは、スタンダードエディション買った後に、デラックスエディション
Wait, so it depends on how far it is when you block it, I think. Is that what you're saying? So you want to block it close up so you could get the frame advantage, right?
アップグレードパックを、購入された方に関しては、プレイ可能に
Very excited fans who's purchased the Ultimate or Deluxe editions from the start. Obviously, what's included with that is going to be the playable character Year 1 Pass.
It's just positioning? But what I'm saying is well, I'm assuming anyway. I'm assuming it's variable depending on the position, right? Cause if it isn't, then that's more confusing. But I don't know anything about this.
So you'll have early access. Also,
It's just that the further you are, the further you have to move in. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand. So you want to get in, but if you block it from afar, then there's more. It'll take too much time for you to like get in safely. But if you block it closer, then you have, there's a shorter distance for you to like close in.
so if you missed out,
All right, fair enough.
got the standard edition at first, you still have a chance if you got the deluxe upgrade as well. So all of these different versions will give you access to that character Year 1 Pass, which will give you access to Eddie on the 2nd of April or the 1st of April, depending on your region.
で追ってお
Yeah, so it's just a matter of closing the distance when dealing with Fast Slash, if not like playing around it.
お知らせしますが、この、4月2日、これサードアップデート入ります。プレイできません。終わったら、
Been playing Tekken is quite used to this, but
でプレイができるようになります。
and I'm sure everyone who's been playing Tekken is quite used to this, but we just want to again have everyone note that we will be having a short maintenance period while we update the game with the aforementioned details and also adding Eddie Gordo. That said, the game isn't completely inaccessible. You can still check out practice in the offline modes while you wait for Eddie.
はい。で、これは宣伝です。通常版スタンダードエディション買った方はぜひ、アップグレードパックを買ってくださいねっていうこれはお知らせになります。
And for those of you who still only have the standard version, there's still time to upgrade to the deluxe pack to get access to the character early.
ということで、
はいはい。
今日は前回中津さんに エディを触ってということ。いいと言わ
始めました。
ん。レディオ
元気
Following it all.
Oh, that's Hameko. Hameko is a OG from way back in the day. He used to play Tekken Tag 1 competitively with one of the best Tekken players of all time.
Okay,
そんなバカな
sorry, our English audience isn't following at all. We were just mentioning that normally we have Nakatsu show off these new characters, etc. But today, as kind of like the representative of the player base, we have a special guest who himself is quite known for being an Eddie player, Hameko.
Oh wow, this okay. He transitioned into Eddie a little bit later, but he was originally a Bruce and Brian player.
ということで
ようこそ
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
今日は、
はい、
ハメコさんが
はい、
初めてエディを触りながら、中津さんがそれいろいろレクチャーをすると
お、
いった形で進めていければなと。やっとエディゴールドスペシャルが始まりました。
始まりましたね、
はい
So let's commence with the Eddie Gordo special program here. We're going to have, this is actually the first time that Hameko's had his hands on the character. So he's going to be playing for the first time, and Nakatsu is actually going to be instructing him on the ins and outs of the character. So it should be quite entertaining for our audience as well, I believe.
だから一個だけさ、
はい
始まる前にハメコに確認したい都市伝説があるんだけど、
はい
開発
あ
な
都市
たと、
伝説ね
はい、
この中津とあなた
If he tries dash in, you'll get smacked with
まあ
5H.
多分25年ぐらい前ですよね、
はい、はい、はい
一般のプレイヤーだった頃に、
はい。
あなたが
Do you mean from like if you block it from afar, or you just talking in general?
持って行って
はい、はい、は
中津がこんなの飲めんの
まあ聞きましたね
い。はい、
余裕っす
なんか
余裕っしょって言いました、はい
こんなの余裕っしょって言って
当時ハメコ君ハメコ少年16歳ぐらい
Okay, so if it's in general, then what's the counterplay? You try to bait out the 5H. So like, let's say I block the fast slash relatively close. Can I like, and they try to mash with like 5H? What's my options like?
はい
の時に
そうですね
ゲームセンターに2リットルのコーラを持って
で余裕っす
余裕っす
そう
って
ハメコこ
言いました。
れ飲めんのって言って、
はい
余裕っしょって言って、
はい。
大量に残していったっ
1
ていう
リットルぐらい僕の家に置いて帰った
置いて帰った
っていう
伝説があるんだけど本当
本当です。
でしょ
Wait, can I
いや本当に
tell
あ
my-
いやこれトランスレーションいらない
ただの
ヨタ話。
オッケーオッケー
うん
わかったオッケー
本当でございます。
気になる。まあ、
はい
2リッター海外の人余裕で飲めると思う。
そうだけどハメコ君は
私は無理だ。
半分残した
1ガロンって言ってたよね。
無理なかったです。
So just an overview. It's not very important. It's just kind of
not important.
Harada noticing that just back in the day, these two here used to play each other as just normal Tekken players quite often.
あー it's trust
And yeah, so Hameko went to Nakatsu's house and left a half drunk a bottle of cola, and it's been on his mind ever since.
What?
じゃあ早速
はい
行き。ましょ
ちょっと実機の方行きましょうか。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
はい
じゃあ今回中さん教えてもらえるということで、
うはいはい
エディゴールドの方、まあ古来
Okay, so this fit looks a lot better. I like this fit a lot more. This one, nah. Whoever designed this, we need to have a talk. I swear, we just need to have a talk about this one. This one, I can mess with this one. Yo, what's up, Skywalker? If you think 5 is coming out, you just block that and then run in after. Is 5H punishable or like, is it just negative or something?
からのエディゴールド使いって言われたんですけど、自分、まあ、もちろん3の時も結構遊んでましたし、鉄拳4の最初の持ちキャラクリスティ・モンテイロだったんですよ。だったり、まあ、タッグでは、まあ、当然エディは、ま
確かに
あ、誰もが使ってたんで、タッグ
Yeah, I had a feeling it was just negative.
そ
Oh
のあ
well.
たり含めて話せればなと。
ぜひぜひ
So just some background on Hameko himself. He's been known as being an Eddie player. He said, of course, he started playing in Tekken 3 as Eddie, but then again, for Tekken 4, his main character is Christy Montero. Again, with Tekken Tag Tournament 2,
鉄拳と
2だよね. 2, he was using Eddie Gordo as well in his team, obviously. So he is an avid Eddie Gordo fan.
はいなんでまあ今日
He
は
doesn't mention tag
まあ
1.
使い方というか
はい
魅力を
That's interesting.
伝えつつ
Oh, okay. So some characters could punish it, but you're not sure. The real hit is to get them to whiff 5 fast slash.
まあ、実際どうやったらエディが楽しく遊べるかっていうところと、
はい。
エディやっぱ対応すると難しいので、その対応の方法みたいなところも一緒に伝えていけたらなと思ってます。
So naturally, Nakatsu is going to be instructing all of us on how to have fun with Eddie, but then we realize some people are kind of worried about how do I fight against him. So he's going to give some pointers to those type of people as well.
はい。で、僕はまあこの緑の
Okay.
ワンピ側、
ワンピ
左。
So
Eddie
Nakatsu is going to be controlling the one-player green version, and Hameko on the two-player
は
side.
い、で今回まずコンセプトから言うと新生カポエーラっていうところで、
新生カポエーラ
まあ本当にカポエーラをもう一回新しく作り直そうっていうところで、まあ、各種構えをリニューアルしてます。
So the key concept in the design of the character is like a brand new capoeira, I guess is the closest translation, which is really important because you'll see exactly what we're talking about shortly.
はい。まあ一応そのこの逆立ちですね。
Yeah, I don't know if I like those new
So
animations.
Bananera,
That
first
one.
off, the handstand that he's quite famous for.
前と両パンチとか後ろと両パンチ逆立ちに行き
The
ます。
fuck
And you
is
can
he
also
doing?
do from, backwards in both punches or forward in both punches.
でもう一つ
はい
代表的だったこの座り、これネガティーバ。
ネガティバ。
Okay,
And
that one
negative
looks
a
cool.
position where he sits down.
はい。なんでアニメーションと、まあ、技名も含めて全部申請してます、ね。
He's a Beyblade.
ネガチーバです、ね。
True.
You can tell that the animations have been completely redone for this time.
はい。でさらに鉄拳7まではやっぱりいろんな技とか構えがあったんですけども、
はい。
まあどうしてもこう使える技が結構限られていて、まあカポエラらしいというと踊るように戦ったり。流れるような動きだったり、
はい、
ダイナミックな蹴り技っていったところが、まあ、ちょっと鳴りを潜めてたところがあって今回そこをしっかり派手な蹴り技を中心に戦えるキャラクターにしようってところで、まあ、エディを申請しました。
So before, Eddie was kind of a complex character to both play and then to defend against. So we focused on renewing the character, trying to make the animations look very smooth and transition together quite smoothly, much like that of actual real capoeira. And so we focused on mostly the kicks and the overall impact visually that they have.
はい。でまあまず覚えてほしいのはこの
Yeah, most of his animations look really cool.
この技で
Like
すね。
too cool
So
actually.
first off is forward both kicks is a brand new move called Shango.
これもブラジルでよく知られている雷の神様の名前から。
そうなんだ。
はい。
And apparently the name comes from a famous god of lightning in Brazil.
でこれは
はい
ヒットすると、まあ、ヒートを発動できてガードされても、まあ、マイナス9なので、まあ、
It's
中間距離
only minus
気
8?
軽に触れ
Was
る
he start of
人流
frames
胴
or
抜
not?
きのような
はい
技で、
Oh,
まあ
it's
中間距離
19. Okay,
気軽
not
に触れ
bad.
るまあ、人流胴抜きのような
はい。
技になってます。
And you can see that, it's on hit. Obviously, you go into it's a heat engager, but even on block, you're still at -9. So it's kind of like Devil Jin or Jin's Demon Paw.
はい
Mhm,
で、
yeah.
まあその中段に対をなす下段攻撃はこの 1LK ここですね。この技を出していってくる。
And so also in mid range, you're kind of or up close a little bit too. You're going to be doing this down back left kick.
なので
Gives you the spinning
結
low
構
kick.
中間距離から結構技が触れるようになってます。
So you can actually use this kind of from mid range as your approach.
あんまりこういうなんでしょう。
うん
ヒット出して大きく有利になって、まあ、発生の遅い下段みたいなのって前のエディはなかったですよね。
前のではまあ横移動してからみたいな、
まあブライアンのハチェットキー、まあいわゆる鉄拳プレイヤー的に言うとハチェット。
まあ、ハチェットのような性能の下段を手に入れてます。
So it's kind of like Eddie didn't have this kind of tool before. He usually had to sidestep while attacking while sidestepping to do something similar to get his approach. So this is kind of like the hatchet kicks that Brian
はい
or that has. So it's kind of like the same use.
なんで初めてまあエディ使う人はまずこのシャンゴとこの
Oh.
覚えてもらってでエディはやっぱりその崩しとしては、
はい
ネガティーバいわゆる座りが強いので、
うん
これにどうやっていくかっていうと、
はい
前々 LK っていうこの技があります
Does it?
これ座りネガティーバに移行するので、
うん
これを使っていくっていうような感じで
So those two moves are some of the main tools you want to use for your approach. And then what your next strategy is, you're going to want to be transitioning to Negativa as whenever you can. And Nakatsu was saying that forward left kick is a good way to get into the Negativa stance.
で、まあ、これが当たると、
はい
まあ、
Ah.
有利が取れるので、ここから左キック2回押すと この下段から
Ooh.
ダウンを奪えて、しかも
Alright,
前
that
回
looks
紹介
cool.
したんですけど、
はい。
ヒートタイマーの横にあるマンジンガレベルっていうのがあるんですけど、
マンジンガ
このマンジンガが1たまると。
And so when the kick hits low, it does put you at advantage. So then
こう
you're
いうのを
able
狙ってい
to
く感じで
Alright,
す。
check, check.
press LK twice to do the consecutive kicks. And when they hit, they put Eddie in the Mandinga, which is that kind of icon below the life gauge. Kind of a powerful
Mandinga?
state.
Wait,
前
what?
の LK なんですけど、
If I'm not mistaken, that word is actually a slur. Let me see if I can dig that up real quick. I'm not sure, but I think I've heard that is a slur. Alright, whatever. I guess it's irrelevant.
とカウンターヒットした時にリターンがある、
そうなんですよ。カウンターヒットするところのしゃがみ投げに行けたんですよ。
いけたりですとか、このマンジンガ中の技がつながったりする
Whoa, what the fuck was
い
that?
けたりですとか、このマンジンガ中の技がつながったりするということで、崩しだけいけたりですとか、このマンジンガ中の技がつながったりするということで、崩しだけでなく、リターンも
そうなんです。
狙えるということですね。
And another way is that by doing this forward left kick on counter hit, it gives you a few other
Wait, what? You can always get in after block fast FS? Oh, I see. I think there's Strive tournaments weekly, right? Like TNS. I wonder if I could even enter those. But my goal is just to hit Celestial. I just want to hit Celestial. Maybe with 2 characters or 1. I don't know. Depending on how I feel about the characters I end up with. Who's banned?
things that you can do. He has a throw that he can do on crouching opponents, so that kind of connects. Or also, if he does have some sort of Mandinga, the stage 1 or stage 2, gives him another follow-up option as well.
なんで、下段を嫌がる人には
Bracket about nothing. What a name.
中段のこの RKLK ですね。これが刺さってヒート発動ができるっていう、こうシンプルに2択もかけれますっていう。
前には、エディの崩しといえば座りからのトゥファオン、
トゥファオンですね。
下段回し蹴りがコンボに行くっていうのがあったんですけど、そのあたりが結構こう整理されて、
そうです。
下段攻撃を当てるとこのエディならではのマンジンガレベルが上がるみたいな
そうですね。
感じですよね。
So before, Eddie, he had something similar where he would go into his relaxed stance to try to open up his opponent, usually with kind of those sweeping kicks. But this time it's been streamlined a little bit more for these techniques.
ただし、さっき紹介したこの LKLK は、クリーンヒットじゃないとダウンしないので。
Alright.
One thing to note is that from the negative.
I don't know where to go look them up though, but I'll keep that in mind.
The
Let me see
first
if I
one
can
has to
Google
click
that.
hit for the follow-up to actually hit.
なんでクリーンヒットしなくて出し切ってしまうとマイナス13フレームなので、
So
反撃を受け
Ban
if the first hit doesn't
FGC.
clean hit and they block the
Beginner
second,
oriented.
then that leaves
Easy
Eddie
stride.
at minus 13 and open for a punish.
はい。
っていうような読み合いが発生します。
So you can see kind of like the back and forth between you and your opponent as a result.
なんでシャンゴーと下段と前々 LK で、ここから LK をこすって
ネガチーバからの
ネガチーバからの攻めを展開してマンジンガレベルを上げていくみたいなのが基本になります。
So as you can see, basically those moves,
Oh, I was just checking out ban.
left kick.
I wasn't sure if I could just Google it or not.
And then opening up your opponent from Negativa is the basic strategy that you're going to want to employ.
はい、でもう一つ、
はい
エディといえば、
うん
このバナネイラ逆立ち
ですね。
これはどう使うのかっていうと、こっちは崩しではなくて、攻めの起点みたいな感じで、
なるほど。
Next, we want to go into Bananera, the handstand move, right? So this, unlike Negativa, which is used to kind of open up your opponent, this is more of like how you kind of launch your offense.
はい、で
はい
直接こうやってもいいんですけど、
I see.
これはなかなかリスクがあるので、今回
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We still have ways off.
はい。
I still have to get the hard drive. I still have to know if I like the game enough to want to get
安全
good.
にバナネイラに行けます。
So you can, of course, choose to go directly into Bananera, but
But
that's
yeah, I would
not
hope I could try to
very
make it into
So one of the
Celestial.
options is to perform his slash kick, you know, the while running 3, which will transition into Bananera as well.
もしくはこの LKLK ここから行ってマイナス3ですけども、逆立ちバナネイラに行けると。
Or
こ
you
の
can
辺を覚えてください。
choose to do LKLK, which also puts you into Bananera, leaves you at -3, but that's not too much of a minus.
はい、でそこからどういうことをやるかっていうと、狙いたいのはこの LP ですね。これを出すと、
はい。
ガードさせて有利な展開を取ってネガティーバに行ける。
ネガティブは。
So from Bananera, if you do the LP, actually
What the
gives you some
fuck?
advantage, which
Bro,
then
I'm-
sets you up to go into Negativa.
Eddie looks
and then
really
just
scary to
continue
deal
offense
with.
from there.
なので、
はい。
こうやってガードさせてさっきのこの下段攻撃を狙ってまたマジがレベル上げていくみたいなのが、エディのセオリーになっていきます。
So you take the advantage with that LP, then you hit them with those leg kicks, which then again powers up one stage of the Mandinga.
こんな感じで。
そんな感じですね。
はい。
でそこでこういう牽制もあったり、例えば手出してくる人には、パワークラッシュで切り返したりとか、
And
結
so,
構逆立ちはそういった切り返しの読み合いも発生します。
and you can see from Bananera, you have a few offensive tools, but then if someone's trying to crush that or knock you out of the stance with an attack, he also has a power crush from that stance.
Whoa.
でここはポイントになったのはちょっと話戻るんですけど、
はいはいはい
結構エディって、
うん
この特殊構えがあるせいで、
うん、
やられる側も面倒くさかったじゃないですか。
ね、うん、
特にその座りですよね。
そうネガティーバー
これ座られた時に姿勢が低くて、
ダウン状態だった
そう
んですね。
昔ダウン状態で技終わってもなんかコンボに行かなきゃいけなかったりとか、
はい、ジャブで拾ってその後コンボを
うん、
アドリブで決めるみたいな。
とかがあったんですけど、今回は、
実はこれ内部的に
座りが
立ち状態になっ
はい、ネガティーバが変わってると。
はい
KOF is like Street Fighter.
例えば、ビリバですよね。こういうのが
うん
普通に当たるようになってます。
はい。分かりやすいのはこれですよね。
そうですね。
前もある。
So the main thing I'm hoping for is I could at least follow tournaments for Strive and maybe KOF or just Strive at least because I think Strive is way more popular.
どうぞ。
So another kind of fine detail to share with you all is that his stance has changed a bit. If you recall Tekken 7 and previously Eddie, when he was hit from the Negativa, it put him in kind of a down state. So even if you were successful in your defense against him, you were limited in options. So it's actually treated as a standing
What?
stance.
Oh.
So if you punish him, actually you have access to a lot more options offensively.
こんな感じで地上で反撃、
はい。
座りに
Okay.
癖のある技に対しては普通に反撃が入る。
反撃入ったり、
That's crazy.
ライトのようなリターンを取りに行ってもいいっていう。ただし、
うん
ネガティブ、エディ側も、
はい
その普通に地上状態になっているので、
はい。
実は
うん。ビリバーで。
ガードができるようになってるんです、
はい。じゃあビリバー打ってください。
はい。
ガードできる。
Whoa.
はい。
So as Eddie is vulnerable because he is in a standing technically during the Negativa, this is a big change from Tekken 7. He also has options though. He can guard from or block from Negativa, which he couldn't previously do.
はい。
はい、といったところも整理して、
Wait, what?
Also has options though. He can guard from or block from Negativa, which he couldn't previously do.
はい。
はい、といったところも整理して、エディ専用の対応を、しなくていいように、なるべく、一般的なキャラクターに近いような、読み合いになるように整理してました。
So we streamlined him so that you don't have to remember all these kind of special circumstances when fighting Eddie to make him more like the other characters.
Oh.
他なんか気になったのがあります？
Like the other character, these kind of special circumstances when fighting Eddie to make him more like the other characters.
Hmm.
他なんか
はい
気になったのがあります？
まあ、ネガチーブバナネイラの話は、
うん
多分やっていくとめちゃくちゃ深くなってっちゃ
深いですね。
うんで、
はい。
マンジンガまでちょっと説明していただいて、まとめてちょっとやっていけたらいいかなと思います。はい。
はい、じゃあなんでマンジンガはまあさっき話したようにここから
はい。
レベルを上げていくと。
まあ、一部の技が当たると、
はい。
この体力ゲージの下にあるこの風の
マンジンガレベル。
My advice is always just play whatever character you like, whether they're like low tier or top tier, whatever. As long as you're having fun. Video games are meant to be fun, right?
マンジンガレベルがアップして強化されると
はい。
い
で
うことなんですね。
この
はい。
マンジンガが何かっていうと、まあ、逆立ち状態から、
うん。
出る技が増えて、
はい
逆立ち状態が強化される。
I played Double Jin when he was top tier, I played Double Jin when he was low tier. Same with Dragonov. Whatever, just play whoever you like.
So now the question was just from Hameko to explain a little bit more about this new mechanic, the Mandinga. I think it's called Mandinga if you read it in Portuguese, perhaps. So just, what is this? And so Nakatsu is just saying it's a way that you power up your character and gives you even more options from Bananera, the handstand.
例えばまあそのレベル1とレベル2で、
はい。
じゃあ僕レベル2で、
あ、OK です。
アメコが
はい。
レベル1にしてもらって、
So there are two levels. So Nakatsu is going to get into level 2 and then have Hameko get into level 1 just so you can compare.
はい、出せる技がまあその、
はい。
ここから両国で
はい。
逆立ちから崩しの要素、下段攻撃が。
イアンさんマンジンガ。
So from the handstand, you can do this kind of low mid attack combo to open up your opponent if you're in this powered up state.
でレベル1だと、
はい。
こけないのでやってみてもらっていいですか？
You notice with just the first power up,
Oh.
it doesn't down your opponent.
でしかもまあこの強化状態は
はい
ラウンド間継続なので何かを消費してあの技が打てるわけではなくて、レベル1レベル2であればこういう技が打てるようになってます。
That level 2 is really
The
scary
difference between
then.
this is that with this mechanic as compared to
How do you get the levels?
other characters and other mechanics
know.
is that you're not using some kind of a gauge or it doesn't deplete itself. You keep the powered up status.
Ooh.
だから消費性ではなく、このマンジンガレベルはラウンドの中ではずっと継続されている。で、
そうです
次のラウンドになるとリセットされる。
はい。
ですよね。
なんでマンジンが貯めたエディは危険と覚えてます。
はい。だからこれまで、この逆立ちのバナネイラからは、さっきの説明だと、まあ、攻めを継続したり、
うん。
まあ、ちょっと相手を惑わせて、そこに対してまあ
手を出させ
カウンター技を打つ、まあ、例えばこの
そういう。
単弁的な蹴りですとか、パワークラッシ
パワークラ
ュ
ッシュを打つ
が、はい、強力だよっていう
はい。
ところだったんですけど、このマンジンガがたまると崩すこともできるようになるよというのが、
そうなんですよ。ここから
はい、
こういうとこから
うん、
両利き。
Oh my god.
段もいけるし、もちろんそのさっきの通り攻めを継続する技から
Ooh, I like that.
もちろんそのさっきの通り攻めを継続する技から座りに行く、もちろんそのさっきの
When you hit this low,
する技から座り
this low mid, it work.
ってことで、
で下段を嫌がる人にもう一つ技があって、
はい、まだある、
逆立ちから後ろ歩けで出るこれですね。ジャンプステータスの中段攻撃。
うん、
And so the idea is that although you're powered up and you're not depleting it, it's just for that round. So you're powered up for the remainder of the round. And this gives you even more access to tools from the handstand. So you don't have to go back to negative to open up your opponent necessarily. And Nakatsu was just showing off, previously you had that kind of low-mid combination, but there was another one where he hits a mid single attack right now that he just did. The actual has aerial jump status.
これもまあガードされてもエディが有利なので攻めが継続できたりするし、
はい、
I gotta keep all my chocolate in the fridge from now on.
And
That was rough.
はい。
what
いいになっちゃったんで、
the important part of this is that even if blocked, Eddie is plus frames on that move when he's in the power-up state. And there's a difference between the state to 1 and state 2. So you can see the difference there.
まあって言ったようなその
You know what's wild though? Bro, I'm still trying to deal with learning this goddamn game. There's so much characters to learn. I still haven't learned Victor. I haven't touched Victor at all. There's so many characters I have not touched at all. And this Eddie character is looking like a problem. Like there's a lot to learn
強
here.
化中にしか出せない技が増えて、逆立ちの攻めのバリエーションが増えて崩しにいけるようになるので、
はい。
まあ、そこがエディのそのマンジンガを食べるとできるメリットになる。
でこのマンジンガがある時の逆立ち後ろ歩けば、まあ、逆立ちっていうのがこれはこれまでと同じように
Yeah, he always was a lab
速
character.
い下段ステータスのしゃがみステータスの技とかで、まあ、拾われやすいよっていう弱点があったと思うんですけど、
はい
例えばここに対してしゃがまを
Although he's less labby now because they made him in a standing state when he's a negativa.
ってことですよね。
はい。
Oh.
があったと思うんですけど、
はい
例えばここに対してしゃがまを
Wait, is that like...
まあ、拾われやすいよっていう弱点があったと思うん
Oh, let me put this in slow-mo. How do I do this in slow-mo? Let's do
ですけど、
はい。
He did 1-2. Okay. He did 1-2 into
ここに対
handstands.
してしゃがまを打つとかってことですよね。
1-2 handstands. Crouch jab. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like harang.
はい。
でこれが、まあこれちょっとフレーム的にあれかもしれないけど、
こんな感じ。
こんな感じでジャンス
Whoa! Oh, there's a mix-up.
はい。そういった
フレーム的にあれかもしれない
Oh.
とかってことですよね。
はい。
でこれ
There's another video I've been meaning to, I want to make. There's things I want in Tekken 8. Did I start writing up that notes yet? Learn since this is something I will forget. So let me write this. Let me make this text document real quick. Things I want. No, what Tekken 8 needs. What T8 needs. Video. The first one off my memory is show which moves crush. Show which moves are delayable. You know how much time it would save me if I could just like look at the moves list and like tell if there's an icon for that. Yo, what's up, Blank? Yeah, I'm back with the emo here. Oh, is it anime? See, I've been debating about this. I don't know if it's anime here or emo here or both. But yeah, what's up? Welcome back. Oh yeah, but those are two simple things that they could fix. They could fix that would just save people time. I will trim it again. I don't think I'm gonna keep it super long like I did before. I had a whole ass ponytail in the back last time. So once it starts getting close to that, I'm gonna trim it. I think I'm already kind of ponytail status. But yeah, once it gets pretty a bit longer, I'm gonna trim it. But yeah. Show which moves crush. Show which moves are delayable. I think that many people want a Wi-Fi filter. So that one's a maybe. It could be emo scene or anime, I guess. I guess so.
これが、まあこれちょっとフレーム的にあれかもしれないけど、
こんな感じ。
こんな感じでジャンスで避けられますよ。
はい。そういったまあ攻めの展開駆け引きが。
I know there's a bunch of other stuff that I was thinking about too. Oh! I want the ability to like save and share customs, and I want the ability to save and share custom combos. That would be sick.
Hameko has mentioned that just in previous iterations that the handstand was a bit weak to kind of low, maybe trying to find the non-vulgar term, the crouch punch, I guess you could say. But for this one, if you read your
You want to say dick jab? Yeah, I've kind of trained myself to not say dick jab because it might be kind of weird depending on the circumstance. So I just say crouch jab.
Doing that, you can then do that mid kick that he was just showing off.
っていった感じで、まあ、マンジンガを貯めると、まあ、どんどんエディが強くなっていきますってところで、最初に教えたこの技が重要になっている。
Eddie looks streamlined and he looks decent. Yeah, I don't know. The animations look really cool.
Access to those tools.
Well, at least most of them look really
cool.
cool.
The Manjinga level, so that means that you're going to want to use those kick combinations from Negativa that Nakatsu was showing.
はい。あとまあこの 1RK、RK のハーボジアハイヤー。
Like Eddie is just like flashy now too.
日本の漫画のバトゥーキ。
Like he was flashy before, but like he went from like a 6 in flashy to like a 7 or 8 or something.
カポエラを題材にした漫画でものすごく有名な技なんですけど、これも非常に使いやすくなってます。
I would say he's probably one of the most flashiest characters now.
The move he's showing now is a down back right kick, right kick. It's a very famous capoeira technique. It's actually even featured in Batuka, which is a famous manga here in Japan that covers capoeira.
バトゥーキの話をし始めたら、結構いろんな話が多分今回のエディはできると思うんですけど。
そうなんですよ。実際その今回キャプチャーしてるそのゲヘイロ、まあ笹森君っていうまあ鉄拳のゲームデザイナーであり、エディのカポエ。
Did he just say game designer, Daddy?
森君っていうまあ鉄拳のゲームデザイナーであり、エディの笹森君。
What the fuck?
鉄拳のゲームデザイナーであり、エディ。
See, I'm not going crazy. He definitely said that.
のカポエラのモーションキャプチャーやった子がまあウソクイとかバトゥーキのサコ先生とまあ知り合いで。
That could be someone's name, game designer daddy.
僕らも大好きなのでバトゥーキの漫画を描かれていて、その中で出てくるその技だったり、技名、本当にカポエラのに忠実なそのアクションとか技をやってるんですけども、そこにもインスピレーションを受けて、まあ、一緒に話をしながら、いいものを作りましょうってところで結構協力していただいたんですね。
まずそもそも、はい、座りがネガチーバーになったのも、これもそれこそバトゥーキのまず最初に。
And so Hamiko is just really excited that there's a lot of references that are similar to Batuki, the manga, because obviously both that author and our team is quite passionate about capoeira and representing it authentically. And Nakatsu was just explaining that one of the game designers, Guerrero is his kind of nickname, I guess you could say. Sasamori, he's a game designer on our team who's very high-level capoeirista. Who has a connection with the author from that manga as well, and so you see a lot of the inspiration back and forth there.
はい。でまあ結構まあ今ちょっとまあマニアックな話をずっとしてきたんですけど。
The main thing I like about having long hair though is headbanging. Like it just feels so much better to do that. Because like when you headbanging with no hair, it's like it just feels dead inside.
LK 連打していると逆立ちや座りを行き来して最後にマンジンガレベルが溜まるみたいな。まあ初心者はこの辺のルートがおすすめですね。
And so we went a bit in the weeds with all these kind of fine details, but just to kind of overcap, you can see Eddie. The base is that he has these very flashy kicks that you can do with just a similar, a simultaneous button press, and they kind of flow together like a dance, right? And so it's very kind of satisfying for even beginner players who had their first time with Eddie.
なんで LK でまあこのバナネーラ。
Yeah, I can see more people wanting to play Eddie now.
高立ちに行って、
For sure.
LK を押すと出る連携からネガチーバに行くと。でそうするとネガチーバから出る下段攻撃でマンジンガレベルが上がる。
So Nakatsu is currently just pressing LK only. Two times gets you into the negativa stance, and then from there some more presses of the L kick, the left kick will complete the combo. And when he's finished, he gets a powered up Majinga.
はい。で、まあ今、ハメコがやってくれたように、
Oh.
ビリバもLK だけになっているので、3LK だけになっているので、ビリバヒットから LK を連動しておくと、まあ自動的にコンボがつながって、
Jeez.
マンジンガレベルが上がるって言ったら、
All that from one button.
簡単なルートも用意してます。
And so it's quite entertaining just to
Yeah, kids today, they're not used to having all of these inputs. They're just used to everything being like a button click. Ugh.
He's very accessible, and to have these attacks that flow naturally into these states, ending with the powered up Mandinga.
はい、なんで例えばしゃがんでたとしても、
はい、
RK を今度連打するとこういったルートに行ってくれて、まあ、最後だけ LK なんですけど、まあ、旧来のエディの動きの中で楽しかった要素もしっかり継承されてるんで、
Wait.
旧来のエディの動きの中で楽しかった要素もしっかり
While standing for... Oh, he has a mid-high extension. Okay, I need to remember that.
And then you can see repeatedly pressing the right kick as well will give you a succession of different kicks, following up with kind of that cartwheel. So you can see this is one of the things that made Eddie initially quite entertaining for people who are new to the game as well.
That's
So
true.
we tried to kind of keep that feeling to it.
結構なんで適当にこうパンチだったりキックを押してもなんか自動的にいろんな技がつながってそれっぽく動けるみたいなところもしっかりエディの魅力だと思うんでそこは残ってますんで。
なんかちょっとスペシャルスタイルみたいな感じだね。
そうスペシャルスタイルを使わないスペシャルスタイルで自分オリジナルで。
あ
No, what was that?
そうスペシャルスタイルを使わないスペシャルスタイルで自分オリジナル。
Sidestep something? Forces crouch?
あ
As a
そん
mid?
な感じですかね。
So it's quite entertaining because even if you're not a Tekken expert, you can just kind of press different buttons and see what happens, and they all kind of come together in a really clean-looking combo that looks like a dance almost.
Mm-hmm.
まあここまで、構えとそしてマンジンガっていうエディならではの要素を、
はい。
伺ったんで、まあやっぱ鉄拳エドって言ったらヒート。
Bruh, there's over hour, well, just under hour remaining here. What the
そこが
fuck?
どうなるのか、っていうと
ヒー
ころに。
ト中のエディはまあどうなるのかっていうところで、まずじゃあヒートを発動しますと。
はい。
What do they
So now
talk
that we cover
about?
some of the basics of Eddie, I believe maybe everyone's kind of interested to see what he's like in heat state, right?
はい
Oh
でまあ
god,
ヒート
here we
スマッシュ
go.
はまあこんな感じの技になってます。
So this is what his heat smash looks like.
ヒートスマッシュは
Maybe everyone.
はい。
So now that we've covered some of the basics of Eddie, I believe maybe everyone's kind of interested to see what he's like in heat state, right?
はいでまあヒートスマッシュはまあこんな感じの技になって
Heat smash looking
So
kind
this
of
is what his
whatever.
heat smash looks like.
でヒート中のエディは
Looking standard, I guess.
まあ強化されヒート中にしか出せない技が2つあって、
はい。
まあどちらも
I wonder how much
That you
points
can
of
only do in heat
damage
state.
is
バ
a
ラネ
heat
イラもし
smash.
くはネガティーバに行くっていうような例えばこのヒート中に両キック
はい
押すと出せる、この技ですね。
When you're in the heat state, you can do this one where he
これをガードさせて
transitions
も
to the
有利で
はい。
ヒット時はコンボに行けると、
So
まあそういった技になってます。
on block, it transitions into the bananera stance, but on hit, you can follow it up with a combo.
なんで攻めやすくなってるんですね。なんでもう一つはヒート中に
はい。
236RK で出せる、まあ、こちら上段の蹴り技から、それネガティーバに行けるような技になっていて、
Another one is if you perform a quarter circle forward and right kick, he performs this kick.
なのでまあ攻めの起点になる強い技が2つ追加されている。
はい。
And so in the heat state, he gains access
Plus 9, I guess that's somewhat standard-ish. I think a lot of characters get like plus 7, plus 8-ish. So,
to two of these techniques that make it easier
none
for
too,
him
too,
to go
too
on the
exceptionally crazy.
技名も活かしてますね。
生かしてました。
はい。これはヒート中量系の
はい、
この逆立ちいくやつはゲヘイロ入ってます。
ゲヘイロ
ゲヘイロエスプロズイボ。
はい、これ笹森君のまあそのリングネームみたいなものなんですけど
エクスプロセ、
まあカポエラでいうとまあ戦士みたいな
うんうん。
意味の言葉でゲヘイロ入ってますね。
Hameko's just a fan of the technique name. It's called Gehiro Explosive, I believe. Gehiro being the kind of the martial arts name of Sasamori-kun, who did the animation for this. And then Explosive was probably explosive.
で 2360K はハーボジャーハイヤーの強化版みたいな、
はい。
ハーボジャーハイヤーリベラードって技
リベラード。
And then quarter circle backward and right kick, I believe, is the technique that Hamiko was doing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name.
Quarter circle back right
は
kick.
い、今そういったのが、
うん
まあヒート中のエディの、特徴になります。
So
はい
that's basically the options he has at his disposal in the heat state.
でまあそのヒートエディのヒートのちょっと面白いところとして
うん。
構えからでも必ずヒートスマッシュが出せる、
あ、そうですね。
はい
そこは結構面白いところですね。
逆立ちからでもヒートスマッシュ出ますし、まあ、座り
はい。
からでもヒートスマッシュが出る
で、さらに継続でき
と、
る。そう
さらに攻め分ける
Another interesting characteristic of Eddie is that he has access to the same heat smash from both Bananera and Negativa stances. So you can
Oh.
continue up your pressure.
なので、まあ、ヒートとマンジンガレベルを上げることで、
はい
かなり変幻自在の攻めができるっていうのと、より優位な状況で、まあ、攻めながら戦うことができるのがエディの、まあ今回新生カポエラの特徴になります。
So this kind of new version, the overhauled Eddie, is just got a focus on having these flowy techniques, with Eddie having many different options to try to open up your opponent and to have fun going on offense.
Yeah, they kind of streamline him a
ヒー
bit
トのエディのヒートで面白いな
and they made him more flashy.
他の鉄拳8のこういう強化を自己強化要素を持っているキャラクターっていうのは、基本的にそのヒートとその強化システムを結びついてる
そうですね。うん。
ブライアン、アスカ、
うん
まあレオとかもそうですし、
うん。
なのでエディは全くそこは関係ないっていう
そうなの。独立してるんですよね。
そうなんですけど、まあさっき言ったようにその逆立ちから攻めやすくなる技を
うん。
持ってるじゃないですか、このゲヘイロ。
はいはいはい。そうです。
これがあるってことはつまりマンジンガレベルを上げた状態にしておいて、
うん。
ヒートを発動してこの使いやすいゲヘイロいったらガードしてもいいですか。
あ、どうぞ。はい。
これでこの攻めをいったらこっから崩せるっていう、
じゃあそうなんですよ。
そうマンジンガを持った状態でヒートに行った方が強いんだよっていうのが、
はい。逆立ちは崩せなかったのに、
はい
崩しの要素になって
うん
強いっていう。
So what Hamiko is just trying to say is that a lot of the other characters that have some kind of heat mechanics that power them up, say Brian or Asuka, they have access to some kind of new techniques or some kind of powered up technique, right? Where Eddie, it's a little bit different because he has Majinga outside of this. So you want to maybe first get to the second stage of Majinga, and then when you're in the heat state, you have access to the heat powers, but also Majinga as well. To more easily open up your opponent.
まあ、なんでやっぱりそのまず最初にマンジンガを貯める、
間違いないです。
うん
はい。
So first step, you want to power up the Majinga level.
ことによってそのヒート発動がより
うん。
凶悪になるのかなという
そうですね。
感じします
そういっ
ね。
たのがセオリーになります。
はい。
Because then the heat state power up will be even all more threatening because you have that as well.
まあさっきもやっていたように、
うん
コンボからマンジンガのレベルを上げることもできるので、なんかその辺がどう使いや、まあただそのマンジンガに行くとちょっと
You keep it per round if I'm not mistaken. I think? Shit. No, they mentioned it. I just don't remember.
はいはいはい。
それでやっぱり置き攻めが
そうですね。
しづらくなるっていう、まあ、デメリットもあるように見えるんで、
そうです。ただレベル2まで上げちゃうとそのポーズが出なくなるんで、
おお、
置き攻めがしやすくなる。
はい
I mean, having it at least for a full round is pretty good though. I think having it throughout the game would be a little too much, maybe.
So Hamiko is just wondering about if there's some kind of demerit for Eddie doing that animation when he goes into the Majinga, which maybe for the first stage it is, but he stops doing that
これですよね。
animation
うん
during the second stage.
溜まってないと、
Oh.
ハマってないと。
Yeah, why is the arena thing happening twice?
必ず一回
I need to check that out.
そこなんで攻めづらいと、
はい。
まあ、とはいえやっぱりどこでこういかにマンジンガをレベル上げるのかっていうのを含めて結構攻めを構築 するとなんか楽しく、ね、
楽しく使えます、
戦
ね、
えるんじゃないかなっていうところで、まあ、ここからちょっとマニアックな話になっていってもいいですか？
はい、あ、どうぞはい
ちょっと待って。
はい、ちょっと
やっぱりエディ使いがすごい鼻息がどんどんくる。
今はまあ触りを教えていただいたんで、ちょっとはい、そんな感じなんですけど。
Obviously, the general theory is going to be you want to power up the Majinga level, regardless of that animation or not, and then that will kind of give you more access to your offensive strategies, and you're going to want to kind of form your offensive structure accordingly. And Hameko-san wanted to go into more, even more fine details, so I stopped him first to let you guys know what we're talking about, and then we're going to proceed. He's very excited, as you can tell.
でまあちょっとさっき結構こうエディを触らせていただいて、まあまずエディっていうキャラクターが昔は言ったらそのトークキャラクター。遠距離
Oh boy, alright. Off topic though, but I'm not a fan of these actually memes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These. The problem with these memes is now no one wants to correct anybody for fear of being a nerd. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Then again, if your whole personality is just to correct people, that's mad annoying. Maybe this is warranted, but like, now nobody would want to do it, right?
ステップの機動力をこう生かしてこうリーチの長い技を打って前に来るところにこのコトベラダやバイスカって技でカウンターを取る成功いキャラクターだった。
Someone who's overcorrected, yeah. But Peter is going to pay for Paul, as they say, so now no one's going to want to correct anybody.
So you're saying that his strategy and probably the.
I mean, if I'm wrong about something, I want someone to correct me. I don't care if they hit me with the actually or not.
Basic strategy for this character, previous iterations was kind of from long range. You want to tend to poke with the Faiska, the kind of round kick. Or other kind of long-reaching techniques, and then when your opponent tries to rush in to close the distance, smack them with that elbow and fish for a counter hit.
ただ今回そういったその今までにものすごい主力技だったそういった
I remember having this same conversation like a long time ago, like 15 years ago. Bruh. Like, yeah, it had to be like 10 years or something. Yeah, but here's the thing. What other word you could use besides actually? You know, like, that's the simplest, easiest way to convey that. Now you're forced to say some kind of other bullshit so you don't seem condescending or whatever. And that part personally irks me because now you're making it like I have to put more effort into this. Oh shit, yo, what's up, Glaze? I ain't gonna lie, Eddie looks really cool. This 2P outfit, for example, looks really cool. Like this one. I do not care for this one at all. The hair is kind of whatever to me, but yeah, this one's pretty cool. And he has some of the best animations in the game. For sure. Yeah, go back out there and be a menace with Eddie. We love to see it. Tone does play a big part in how condescending or annoying you will come across, but it's very difficult to convey tone online. For example. There was one really big nerf to Eddie though. From Negativa, it's very easy to hit Eddie out of it now. He counts as a stand-in state, so that's kind of a big deal.
かなり変わっていて、おそらくそういう戦術を使っても そんなになんかそのパワーが出ない。
あ、そうですね。鉄拳7のような戦い方をすると、
はい
まあ、今回の新生カポエラのエディの本来のポテンシャルを引き出せないような作りになっています。
まあ、例えばですけど、ごめんなさい、投げちゃう。
あ、どうぞどうぞ。
はい。まあ、コトベラダがカウンターでも受け身と
Wait, what? People think it's. People don't like it? I mean, well, wait. People hate it because that's different. At worst, I think it's corny, and at best, it's paying homage, which is fine. I don't know why you would hate that though. Like, I don't know. I have not seen anyone talk about it yet, but to me, that's weird.
取れる。
はい。
はい。まあ、攻めることはできますけど、
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. If people say it's corny, okay, I understand where they're coming from. That doesn't mean I necessarily agree, but I see where they're coming from. I don't know what they want instead, though. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they want Eddie to, like, do like a Fortnite dance or something. I don't fucking know what they want. Yeah, kids today, they don't care about the origin or anything like that. They do not care about anything like that, so I understand why they might feel that way. During slavery, the slaves learned capoeira. In order to learn it, they had to design it as a dance. To me, it's like, I don't hate it. I like that they're like having something historical in there. I think that's kind of cool. But at the same time, if you tell me it's kind of corny, then okay, cool, yeah, alright. I kind of understand where you're coming from. But the more important thing to me is I want to know what they want instead of that. What they want that they think would be so much cooler.
So
合唱がなんだっけ
what Hamiko's trying to say is that like the standard tools you used in the previous iterations aren't gonna get you that much damage this time. Like the elbow he's just showing on counter hit doesn't lead to a combo, but your opponent can actually side roll. So if you want to use Eddie that much damage, like the standard tools you used in the previous iterations aren't to a combo, but your opponent can.
Yeah, I mean they're giving us some historical context, which is cool. Like the thing people need to realize is stuff like capoeira does not really make it into the mainstream, right? Like there's millions upon millions of people who never even heard of this shit. So the fact that they're like, you know, putting a spotlight on it, that's pretty cool in its own regard. It's just the target audience, you know, the target audience, they don't care about that kind of shit.
Actually side roll. So,
Unfortunately, most of
if you
them are
want to
not
use
going to
Eddie
care about
effectively,
that.
You want to adjust your strategies this
You're
time.
fine, man. Don't worry about it.
ジラトレはもうダウンを奪えないですし、
はい。
であとはファイスカですよね。
これは
見てくださいこれ。
上段に、
はい
上段になってます。だから
つまり
しゃがんでると当たらない。
In Feist got this double kick here that many Eddies used to use as part of their offense.
Like I said, the main thing I want to know is, alright, if you think it's corny or whatever, cool, but what do you want instead of it? Like, that's more important to me. Yeah, that down forward 2 no gain a launch is wild.
Is now a high attack, so you can duck it.
もちろん当たった時はコンボに行けるっていうのは変わらないですけど、
Still goes.
That being a high is also weird.
ただやっぱり今までのようなそのフォーク戦術、離れた間合いから
置いておいてみたいなことは、
機動力を生かしてっていう動きは前よりはまあやりづらくなる。
はい。特にまあバックダッシュも今回変わっていて、
お
まあ、そこも含めて、まあ、エディの鉄拳7の時にあったような強み。
I mean, when I play Eddie, I'm usually mashing down forward 2 at some point, so yeah, I don't know. Might have to rethink the way I'm going to approach Eddie now.
いや軒並み弱くなってますが、さっきからずっと紹介してきたような、まあ、今回のエディの強いところはキャラコンセプトに合った状態で整理しつつ、新しいカポエラとして楽しめるようになってます。
And you know, so just again, he's not like the poke heavy character that many people are used to from past installments. So you know, you can't rely on those moves. But Nakatsu just mentioned that. Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of drastically overhauled the character because
It's good keep out and treat it like Steve
a more
back one.
streamlined character and
Wait, down forward 2 is high also?
different ways of enjoying the character.
まあ、例えば
That's
しかも
crazy.
横移動から最初ぐらい出ないというか、その、
うん
ちょっと横移動のこうモーションが出てから出る。
そうですね。
うんまあ、あと気になった点
That's so weird to me, but alright.
としては、エディってこの鉄拳のシステムの中の横移動のシステムが、まあ、ほぼ使えない、
うん。
避け性能が全くないキャラクター
でしたね。
だというのような認識なんですけど、
ただし今回まあ見てもらえれば分かるように普通に横移
Eddie should be
普
out
通に横移動
sometime tomorrow, right? Like I think late
Hamiko was
West
saying
Coast time
one of the things he
tomorrow.
relied on was that it was really quick to do those kind of double spinning kicks from a sidestep, where the animation is a bit different this time around. It's a little bit slower on the startup. But that said, that's because you know, Eddie has a lot more other improved areas, and he's been streamlined to be closer to the other characters. Like Nakatsu was showing off, the back step is not that super.
Yeah, I
fast,
got the
back step
deluxe
used to be.
version
But in return, he gets
solely because of the early access.
Didn't really have in past.
I would have probably not tried to get it.
避けながら打つ攻撃も
Damn, you take off a couple days just for this. I
リスクが
feel
もらえるよう
you.
になっていて、まあ軒並みやっぱ鉄拳
I mean,
技
you didn't have to though. It's holidays
There's
time
risk
too,
to
right?
some of the moves that used to evade and counterattack from previous
Fortunately.
installments.
バ
So
ルセロスも空中コンボに行けなくなっていて、しゃがみ投げは入る。
はい
like this current attack he's doing now doesn't go into a combo like it used to, but you can follow it up with a crouching throw, etc.
はい、なんでこの辺は結構使用感が変わってると思います。
このしゃがみ投げも、自分はバトルって
I mean, stream it if you want to.
はい。
So
ビンガチーバですね
ビンガチーバー。
はい
you're gonna want to kind of reevaluate the main techniques.
My advice would be stream it if you have the opportunity to do it. I'm sure a lot of people will want to know like your take on
今
it,
回の新生カポエラの
because you're definitely among like the best Eddie players in North America.
含めた、バナネイラ、ネガチーバの部分で、鉄拳7で軒
Yeah, the timing was very fortunate.
ローリスクな戦い方っていう部分は、軒並みちょっと弱くなっているので、まあ、その辺は使っていきながら、まあ、慣れていってもらいたいなと思います。
So Nakatsu is just reiterating that those kind of pokes and the relatively safe offensive tools you had before maybe aren't as effective this time, but in return he's gotten a lot more, more high-powered attacks that are brand
They changed the animation on his down forward one, it looks like.
more high-powered attacks.
Where is it? Is it that? Yeah, that looks like it in down forward one. I see. It'd be like that though, but like I said, my advice would be if you have the chance, stream it. Just don't have any expectations. It might be really good or it might be like whatever.
もう全体的にやっぱり何よりもモーションが
うん
本当に
There's really no way to tell for sure.
というか
はい、実際そのカポエラの笹森君のキャプチャーも、元の素材がいいんですけど、アニメーター
Yeah, I feel you. I stopped playing Tekken consistently since season 4. It was only at the very end I kind of came back. Yeah. Yeah, I had a love-hate relationship with 7 for a while, and then I just stopped playing since season 4. Monarchs in your poop, that's fucked up. Yeah, if you played Tekken 7 throughout its whole lifespan, man, you're built different. Or this is your first Tekken, either one. Because I couldn't do it.
はいはい
がかなり手を入れていて、
うん
実際アニメーターもカポエラを習って、
ああそうなんだ
カポエラの蹴りとは何だとか、動き方のその軸の使い方とか、体の体幹の使い方をしっかり学んで、もう自分の中でもう体得してカポエラはこうあるべきっていうところでしっかり アニメーション作ってたんで、そこはかなりハイクオリティなものができたんじゃないですか。
力強くなって
Ego just mentioned the animation of these kind of free-flowing attacks have been completely redone, right? So it looks more natural and more realistic. And this is in part, because one of the game designers, Sasamori, is really high-level capoeirista, but also even the animators who, kind of they touched it up by hand after the motion capture. They actually did capoeira themselves to get a feel for what it's actually like and to make sure that it feels.
I think competitively speaking, Tekken 7 is honestly both of these games are not good. I think both of these games are not good. I would not recommend anyone to try to play these games competitively because it's just too much stress and there's no real there's not enough justification for it. I think these games are fun, and it might be fun to get like a high rank, but I would not recommend anyone to do beyond that. And yeah, I mean, you've competed for a long time too, so it is what it is.
もうコンボなんかも完全に変わっていて、結構かっこいいコンボがいっぱいできるようになりましたね。
そうですね、さっきお見せしたトレーラーの中でもいろいろやってると思うんで、後でまた見直して、使うときに参考にしてもらえればなと思います。
エディがね、こう、いわゆる魔人剣を
そうなんです。こういったところも強くなってますね。
And so Eddie, he almost has like a Majin attack like Kazuya's while standing 3, right?
ここも LK を連打しておけば、
not 3, sorry, 2.
結構扱いやすいキャラにはなってると思います。
Oh,
So
they're
he
wrapping
should
up
be a
here.
lot easier to pick up and play than before.
Ooh, that was cool. Looks like a new animation.
Than before.
Yeah, the new headbutt animation.
はい、
はい
かなりエディの情報。
Whoa, 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 wait a minute.
はい、
That's a new combo starter and it's a high. Oh, it's a new wild standing launcher? Maybe? No, that one's a mid.
はい。
かなりエディの情報を盛りだくさんに今。
Damn, that looks cool though.
So yeah, we really went into the weeds with these fine details on Eddie.
なんでエディ使いたいなって人はこの配信のそのアーカイブをちょっと見直してもらったり、エディめんどくさいな、どうし
Oh, that's wild standing too.
たいんだろうっていうところもちょっと今
I don't know if I like that, but
いく
alright.
つか詰まってたと思う、
はい
対応策含めて、後で見直してもらいつつ、
I wonder if he has his old quarter circle forward 3. Or wild standing 3. Same shit. That's the main thing I want to know right now.
実際配信の時に楽しく遊んでもらえればなと思います。
So leading up to that update next week, for people who are looking forward to trying out Eddie, we'll help you check out the archive again just to kind of get some pointers. And for those of people who are dreading facing Eddie online, there's a few pointers in there for you too. So we hope you'll check it out again.
はい、他に何か気になるところありますか？
Yeah, a lot of new animations, a bunch of new stuff.
どこまでやっていい
It
の
looks
っていう
interesting, you know.
不安があって、いやもう、
まあまあちょっとプレイヤーに見つけても
そう本当にね、
そうなんでこれぐらいでもう十分多分
そうすごい
スペシャルというかもうお腹いっぱいでしょっていう
めちゃ
感じがするんです。
くちゃ作り込まれてます、マジこのキャラ。
かなり新キャラに、
こんなに違う。
give away everything because there's still that kind of part of discovery that's fun for many players. But that said, Hamiko was just mentioning it feels like a completely different character just because of how he's been reworked. So people who are veteran Eddie players are going to have a bit of a surprise, I think, when they pick him up.
これはちょっと日本の人向けになっちゃうんですけど、特にその今までエディ使った人は技表と技名を確認してほしいというか、
かなり変わってますね。そこも申請してます。
おそらくものすごい
技名と
Is that it?
5の1からもう10まで全部見直して技名を付け直したりリニューアルしたりしたので、ぜひそこも確認してほしいですね。
英語とはまた別なんで。
はい。
In the patch, you're very curious about who's going to get the nerfs. I mean, we do have patch notes, right? But the big patch is supposed to happen, I believe, in May, early May. So it's a little while from now. Just over a month more before they do the major balance patch.
ベンリンヘランパゴはもうなくなりました。ベントヘランパゴ。
I mean, I like Dragonov, and I think he's too stupid. King is stupid. Xiao Yu, stupid. I mean, Xiao Yu's not really that bad, but there's like some things that needs to be fixed with her. Like one or two things would be fine. I think King might be the most brain dead of those.
パゴに。
そうです。ただし略せばベンヘラ
そう
で。
ですすね。略せはベンヘラですね。
やばい。
はい。
So yeah, we just hope that once we release the move list for everyone to check out, you'll have fun going through to see the changes.
Xiao Yu's low from Hypnotist, that's extremely good. They need to make that like launch punishable or something.
Wording wise, but for the Japanese move list, they even
Dragonov's QCF 4
shouldn't
shouldn't be like +6. I think that's a little too strong.
いやあれね、俺が技カポエラを作って入れた時は
Maybe load on his damage a little bit too.
ないですよね。僕鉄拳で知りましたもん。
だから俺が間違ってたわけじゃなくて、
なかった
あれ大変だったの。
いやですよね。いや本当大変だったと思います。
マルセロ・ペリーラさんって師匠連れてきて
Yeah, there's no reason for Xiao Yu's low from Hypnotist to be so safe. That should be at minimum -14. At minimum. Anything less than that to me is crazy.
もう一個一個俺がだよ。だって当時通訳もいないから、俺が全部聞き取って。
そうなんだ。
そうだよ。俺が全部手作業でやったやつ。
そこから始まってるんです。
Harado's mentioned that you know, back in the day when they first made Eddie, there wasn't really many resources on Capoeira online. It's hard to find info. So it's basically Marcelo Pereira was the person who originally did the Eddie motion capture. He just came to the offices and without any translator or anything, Harada tried his best to understand what the master was saying.
Oh, that's cool.
そもそもゲヘイラ
I had no idea.
この間も言ったけど、彼は鉄拳のエディを見て、
そうです
これ世界的にすごい多いんだけど、鉄拳のエディをきっかけにかっこいいって言ってカポエラを学び始めたんですよ、彼は。で、鉄拳きっかけなわけじゃない。そう、俺きっかけを与えたわけじゃない。
間違いないです。
なんだけど彼は入社していきなり俺に一言目新入社員で俺
です。
It's just been encountered worldwide. Sasamori.
作ってなかったらお前カポエラさやっとらんかったやないかと。
Just mentioning a little bit of background about the Sasamori, that like many people we've actually encountered worldwide. So many people come to Harada and myself and said I started doing capoeira after getting interested in Eddie. Sasamori is actually one of those people as well. So when he first he saw Eddie and he fell in love with capoeira and he started studying it. And then after that, he joined our company. And one of the first things he said to Harada when he met him was, you messed up a lot of the info on capoeira in the game. And Harada was like, well, you need to sit down and shut up because you wouldn't have started capoeira if we hadn't have put him in the game.
感慨深いですよね。そうやって。
本当です。
That's interesting. Like I think we just talked about that just now. Like I was saying that, it's very rare to see like capoeira being like shown in the mainstream like that. So it was huge for Tekken to do that and make it so influential on people.
こいつ生意気だったんだよな。なんか。でも感慨深いは感慨深いですよね。
そうですね。
こうやって鉄拳によってカポエラやってきた人が今。
Like seeing Eddie for the first time as a kid, in Tekken 3, that was like mind blowing to me.
エディをブラッシュアップし、プレイヤーとしてこう遊んでくれて、俺にも取材に来てた中津が今、
エディの説明をする。
ディレクションして説明しっていうこうなんかやっぱ30年の長い歴史を今自分的にも振り返って感慨深いなと思う。
25年前にコーラ1リットル僕の家に置いてはめ子が
Harada's talking about the connections here is quite interesting because Sorry, I'm trying to like corral these people because they want to talk the Japanese the whole time. But so he's just mentioning how it's interesting to see these connections between everyone involved in the game over the 30 years. How Harada's been there pretty much close from the start, but then Sasamori becoming involved because his love of capoeira, and then eventually joined the team. Or Nakatsu, who used to be an average, just Tekken player, and then a journalist who actually interviewed Harada in several instances, joining the team and becoming director, etc. And then also Hamiko, who had that connection with Nakatsu before either of them were more.
Hamiko is a super old school player. He goes back at least since Tag 1. There's videos of him fighting Jang Iksu online, who is largely considered to be one of the most influential Tekken players of all time.
More professionally involved with the game. So just seeing that's kind of interesting to see when looking back.
ただこれ俺ずっとコメント読んでたんですよ、
はい
じっと沈黙して、もうちょっと気づいたんですけど、もうこの紹介の時点で、
はい、
もうすごい AD が強いと、やばいって言ってる人多いんで、ナーフしましょう。
まあ早速ですね。
ナーフしまし
So
ょう。
Harada's
リリー
saying
ス前にナーフしましょう。
he saw the comments that everyone's worried about Eddie being OP, so he just decided to nerf him right now before release.
Lord.
So.
リリース前にね、ビフォーリリース。
Damn, I miss chat. I bet chat's been going crazy this whole time. What was the comments like? I don't know. It's too much to go through.
これしか分かんない。
そう確かに
問題ですけど。
The only one who'll know
変わってる。
how the characters change is Hamiko, right? So
この下段のフレームが変わってるぞみたいな、
そうか。
感じになっちゃいますからね。俺だけ。
obviously he's kidding. I hope, right? Kidding.
いやまあそれ冗談ですけど、まあ確かに対応しやすいキャラと対応しにくいキャラ昔からエディ、
まあいますね。
三島使いは割と全然平気だったりするんだけど、苦手とするキャラもいますからね。ちょっとねそこは難しいかも確か
I mean, we realize some people are worried about having to learn how to fight against Eddie, and obviously it'll be different depending on who your character is that you choose as well.
Mhm.
So
Of course.
ですね。いろいろ書いてる僕のノート PC の充電がもうすぐ消えそうなんで、
はい。
あ
もうそろそろ締めようかなと。
すいません。
一個だけね、
はい
マンジンガの持ち越しの意味が分かんなかったらしいんだよ。
ああなるほど。
要は1ラウンドも2
使い切り型とか。
またゼロに戻り
はい
ます。
English that Majinka is just for that round, but just to get this specifically clear in English that Majinka is just for that round, but just again it's for people who aren't paying attention. It's just once per round. So you
Okay, yeah, so my Jinga is for once per round.
power up
You
your
level up.
character. There's 2 stages, stage 1, stage 2. That carries through for the remainder of that round. From the next round, it resets.
OK
はい。はい。じゃあ、エディが4月5日から皆さんプレイできますので、ぜひアーリーアクセス4月2日から触っていただけると嬉しいなというところで、あと5分だけ皆さんお時間
はい。
ください。はい。
Right. So that's Eddie in a nutshell. We're sure everyone's quite excited to get their hands on him, which you can do if you have that early access starting on the 1st or the 2nd, depending on your region. But please, 5 more minutes. Esports Yasuda and I have a little bit more to talk about.
じゃあスライドをまたスライドに戻りますが、
We're going back to his famous PowerPoint.
出ます。出ますパワーポイント。
はい、今お話しした、アップデートとあとエディも含めて、
Wait, what? World Tour returns global and regional starting April 13th.
テッケンワールドツアー2024、4月13日から開幕して
I'm
ます。
guessing that's when dojos are going to start from.
And so that update and Eddie are going to be implemented into the game, and then we're going to be
See you at the finals. Global path to finals. Global leaderboards. Regional leaderboards. Regional path to final.
kicking off the Tekken World Tour.
おさらいになりますが、今年の、ワールドツアーグローバルのリーダーボードとリージョナルのリーダーボード、それぞれで、ファイナルに、進出するという、ものになります。
And just to recap, this is not new info, but there are 2 paths to the global finals this year. One being the global leaderboard in each region. I'm sorry, overall for the whole world, and then the regional leaderboard for each region.
はい。でグローバルの方は、マスタープラスマスターチャレンジャー道場、それぞれの、カテゴリーで、優秀な成績を収めていただければポイントが、獲得できて、それは の合算で
Okay, so they're taking 4 of your highest global dojos. Interesting. I forget what's the difference between a dojo and a challenger. How's the Tekken talk? I would say it was good. It's above average for a bunch of different reasons. They talked about putting pluggers into like a plugger purgatory, player pool, yeah. They talked about oh, you already watched it. Damn, you actually wake up to watch that, or you just stay up the whole night? But yeah, I think it was alright. I think it was above average. They told us a bunch of stuff. They gave us some stats. They showed us Eddie. Eddie seems pretty cool. They showed us a trailer. So yeah, I think overall it wasn't a lot to complain about. Although constantly having to wait for the Japanese people to talk, that would have been annoying live.
リーダーボードの上位のプレイヤーがファイナルに進出できます。
And again, as a recap, the global leaderboard will calculate your points in each of these categories: the Master Plus, Master, Challenger, and Dojo.
はい。で、リージョナルの方は、15リージョン、あるんですが、もう各リージョンの
Are you talking about when they go outside of the stage? Those types of bugs?
1位の選手
1位
がグローバルファイナルに進出だけですね。はい。
And so for the regions, the regional leaderboard, that is going to be comprised of 15 different regions. So the top spot on each of these regional leaderboards will gain that entry to the global finals.
はい。なので、まあ、少なくともこの時点で15人はファイナルに行くということが、確定しているということですね。
So at the end of the season, the first place of each of these 15 regions will gain their spot.
はい。グローバルリーダーボードの方で、
Oh, they mean the 1+2, 1+2 break not coming out.
ファイナルに関するいろんな情報は、期日中にお知らせをいたしますので、もうちょっとお待ちいただければと。
Like I was saying, like a lot of this stuff is just expected.
Of how many spots from the global leaderboard are
It's just expected because like there's no way they would ever get this perfect the first time. Hmm. Well, at least they're working on fixing it.
invited to the world finals, and where
Yeah, at least we have confirmation.
those
That's
world
good.
finals will take place. We apologize for the wait, and please wait just
Because you know, there's so many times where you press it and you're like, yo, I've teched the throw, and then you're like in this like you're in this existential dread because of it. Like, did I really break it or did I not break it?
a little bit longer.
はい。ポイントこれ細かいんですけど、今年、もうすぐですね、エボジャパン、マスタープラスの大会開催され
Like
ますが
making people second guess themselves like that is messed up. You know, that's not good for your mental at all.
マスタープラ
Dojo is challenger. Wait, what? I forget what's the difference between a challenger and a dojo
プ
even.
ラスの、ポイントがですね、
でかいですね
193位タイまで1ポイント、もらえますので、
すごい。
まあ、割とタイの方でも、はい、
結構もらえるんですね
TRT ポイント
そうなんだ
がもらえますので、皆さん、はい、ぜひマスタープラス、エボジャパンですね。はい。
For 16 people, you get 20 points. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe challengers like. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Next month.
はい。で、
We
Oh, is this it here? Master plus master. They don't tell us here. Oh, there's 2 master plus now. Oh, Evo Japan is a master plus. July 19th is Evo. Yeah, the fact that Evo Japan was not Master Plus last time, that was messed up. So there's 2 events in May. That's relatively close to each other. June has 3 events. July has 2, August has 2. So yeah, basically now until August, there's a lot of events coming up per month.
開催があります。
And so for the master events, you can see on the current slide, we have various ones around the world, with the first one coming up at EVO Japan.
はい。
Yeah, I can't wait to like see what they plan to do with that patch.
今年どんな戦いが、まあ、かなり1000何人だったっけな。
That's the one I'm super excited to see what would happen for.
ちょっと忘れちゃいました。
400ぐらいだっけ、
うん
400
はい、そうですね。はい。1200、はい、エントリー、はい、あり
まあ
ますので。
エボジャパンにの特権にしては結構集まってる方だよ。
まあそうですね。実は去年よりも下回ってるんですよ。
あ、そうなんだ。
まあこれおそらく有料になった影響かなと。
あーなるほど
それ全体的にそうなの。
うん
はい。いや、ですね、一方でストリートファイターすごい伸ばしてるんで。
ストリートファイターすごいよね。
うんすごい
いや、すごいですね。なので、鉄拳ももうちょっと伸びてほしかったなと。
My expectations was pretty low for this game in terms of balance.
Well, you know,
So I'm not terribly disappointed, but you know, there's a lot of room for improvement.
I believe it's 1,200 in something.
I would hope after like 1 year the game's in a pretty stable-ish state. That's more my expectations.
Which is slightly down from last year, but that might be
Because we have to see the best of the best play at least more than a couple times, I would say. And then we can start gauging things that needs to be done.
just because this year I think is the first year EVO's charging admission for their event, so that might have something to do with it. That said, in Street Fighter is going to be amazing
Yeah.
too, right? 4,000 and some players. So this year's EVO Japan is going to be amazing, and we'll hope you all tune in.
はい。まあ、
You have to also remember Tekken 7 was the first time we got we got so much changes, so much patches. So I would assume now they have a better idea of how they should go about it. But again, you know, we gotta see. We don't know.
ぜひ皆さん、会場行かない方の配信、おそらくハメコさんとか出るんじゃないかなと思うので。
Maybe even we'll see Hamiko on the stream there. for the-
おそらく出る
はい。
と思い
はい。
ます。
まだ決まってない。
もうおそらくまあ発表はされてないんですけど、多分
発表さ
俺がなんかやらかさない限りは
you can't
出られ
say.
るのかなと。
There's a good possibility if he doesn't mess up and do something he's not supposed to.
はい。で、チャレンジャー
Oh, these are the challenger events. Oh, damn, there's a lot. Electric Clash in Canada. Oh, were there any in
Maybe first thing coming out.
what about the UK? Is there any big events in the UK? US, France. VS is August.
で、これバスターイベントです。
うん
はい。まあ、今年いろんなところで、200。まあ、そうですね。今日かな。
あ
ストリートファイターすごいよね。
うんすごい
いや、すごいですね。なので、鉄拳ももうちょっと伸びてほしかったな。
We're quite excited to see what happens with all the competitors coming out to EVO Japan this year. I believe it's 1,200 in something, which is a Street Fighter.
出るのかなと。
There's a good
There's one in Brazil. Hmm.
possibility.
Only one event for the UK is kind of
He
weird
doesn't,
to me,
mess
but
up and
alright.
do something
今年以上もしたけど、
completely
ちょっとに、時系列前後するんですが、
And we're actually going to be having Electric Clash. It's going to be the first challenger event, so we'll hope you'll check that out.
はい。そして道場もすでにまあ道場の、申請始まっておりまして、
うん
まだモデレーション中の大会も
Yeah, why key charging would be bannable? That doesn't make sense. It's BM, but it shouldn't be bannable.
たくさんあるんですが、もうすでに、50、60とかそれぐらいの規模で、申請来ておりますので、まあ、今年も、土壌大会かなり盛り上がるんじゃないかなと思います。
And we're very excited to see the interest in the dojos as well. We've already
No, that's stupid. Being Badmine and being like, well, how do I say this? Being BM and being like legitimately toxic are like two completely different things.
opened up applications and received 50 or 60 so far.
That just sounds like some really butthurt snowflake type behavior.
Some are still currently in review, but we're quite excited to see these.
だってあれでしょ、マダガスカルと正式に
マダ
ガスカル全土
その獲得できないんですよ。
なるほど。
リージョン
Card format this year in which the regional leaderboards are tied to the dojo, so that's the only way that you'll gain points for your standing on the regional leaderboard. So I guess they're trying to get to the top of their leaderboard.
はい。まあ TO と
I don't really key charge anymore.
え
It just like, I don't know, like I don't care enough to key charge. You might make me want to play like more. You might make me want to try harder, but like I don't want to key charge you back.
自分たちの地域から代表選手を出すっていう、まあ、
I think you would have to make me like really legitimately angry for me to want to key charge you back, or make me feel like something.
また新たな、そこでドラマも生まれるんじゃないかなと思っております。
It's just such a satisfying thing to see, though, that not only the TOs but their player bases are all together, very excited about.
I will maintain though, key charging is definitely way cooler than teabagging.
And to trying to have as many dojos as possible so that they can get their players into the global finals at the end of the year.
ということでおさらいになるんですが、4月の2日に3回目のアップデート、そして5月にまた4回目の、アップデートありますので、
So we have to wait about a month
ゲーム
again
楽しんでいただければなと思っております。
before we get the major
So
bounce
you
back.
can see just this is a recap of the things coming up. April coming with Uniqlo, the UT at U.
レースレコードさん、
Well, you can pre-order the
鉄
soundtrack.
拳8のサウンドトラックのレコード、アナログレコードですね、が発売になります。で、これ受注開始が4月4日なので来週ですね。で、発売日が8月予定になる。
Coming your way as well, but they're going to be the wide.
何か
Okay, don't care about this.
ということで、力がもう
I think that's the
直
end.
接
Perhaps
There is one video I kind of watched where they're talking about new fighting games versus old fighting games or something. Seems to be a hot topic right now.
ないのかわかんないですけど、皆さんぜひ
Yeah, there's people who collect fighting game vinyl, whatever.
お会いできればなと思います。
原さん、エリー使いでエボジャパン参戦だったりとか。
どれ間に合わない
See, Harada, too bad.
まだわからないで、
はい。
アナウンスしますので、ぜひ、楽しみにしていただければと思いま
So
す。
please keep an eye on the official X account.
There's a whole community of people that still
when we'll have the patch notes available for
who still buy like record players. Audio Technica, for example, they still sell them. All the audiophile people, they prefer vinyl. They're pretty expensive too. The cheapest ones are usually like around 100, 150. Yeah, there's modern vinyl players. Wait, let me double check it. There it is. Yeah, 150, 200, 3. Yeah, so all those people who collect in vinyl, they're buying shit like this to play it on. Damn, I can't imagine dropping like $1,000 on one though, but alright.
これパッチノートってアップデートのどのゲームも
確かにそうでした
ありとあらゆるゲームが
そうですね。
最近それはないん
ないですね。
うん
むしろ鉄拳8が出るって言ったら鉄拳7のアクティブめちゃくちゃ上がりま
上が
したね。
ったまま下がんなくてみんな
そうそう
7をずっと遊んでるから
いや
あれちょっと
それはねまた
困ってる
別の問題があるんですよ、ね。
あれ全員来たら俺売り上げ倍増やで
そうなんですよ。
Audiophiles, yeah, it's a very expensive hobby.
鉄拳7まだお客さんで掘っている。
Like, you gotta be a rich person to be an
Rob was mentioning
audiophile.
that, you know, back in the day, in the arcades when they would announce they were going to do some kind of a
Those are the kinds of people that drop like thousands of dollars on audio gear.
or whatever came out, but it's quite interesting to see that doesn't happen this time. And even yesterday, Esports was mentioning how Tekken 7 user base, you know, the active users, is increased after Tekken 8 release, which is crazy. So it's
It sounds like a fetish. I don't know if I describe it like that, maybe.
the active users is increased after Tekken 8 release, which is crazy. So it's interesting to see these kind of things happen and how the times have changed.
Wow, so Tekken 8 made people want to buy Tekken 7? Okay, that's
あり
crazy.
がたいですよ。他のゲームに浮気してないってことですよね。
まあ
一途
浮気はしてない
一途な人だ
ね
ね
どう見てもあの人数
もう嬉しいですよ。
あの人数とあの時間はちょっと異常だよね
すごいですね
7相当
僕
遊んで
らも
くれてますね
想定外でした、ね。
Sincerely, thank you. It means you're not cheating on Tekken with other games. So we're quite happy to see you guys stick around.
まあでもいつか鉄拳8に
うん。
来てくれることを祈りながら我々は頑張って運営をしていきますので。
ほとんどのその理由がやっぱり PC の買い替えとあと PS5 をまだ
Kakuma was playing Tekken 7.
っていう理由なことは分かってる
I saw a couple people playing it, but not many.
It seems maybe some of the people are still hanging on for Tekken 7 there and not made the transition to the new game yet. Maybe they don't have a PS5 or they're waiting to upgrade their PC for various reasons, it seems. But we're waiting. So we'll see you there.
鉄拳のために買ったって
そうですね
人もいます
そうですね。いやすごいありがたい
ありがとうございます
ですし、
I saw him talking about it, but I forget what he said exactly. I forget what he said.
まあ、
I just know he wasn't like in
いない
Tekken
と今の鉄拳8の状況って作れない、説明できないと思うの
今
で、
相当売り上げだけは本当にありがたいことにいいので、もうコメントでもありましたけどもうちょっと国内俺ら頑張んなきゃいけないね
So thank you sincerely to everyone who did purchase Tekken 8 and are supporting us with the Tekken World Tour, etc.
頑張っていきましょう。
Of course you're happy about that. We've made you like millionaires. I'm sure Michael Murray is like a millionaire now. I wonder if you could look that up. What is his net worth? Can we tell that? We know Harada is a millionaire. Ah well, who knows? Hold on, let's pop in this. I can't understand why you guys just talk about character tier. We should talk about the game's gambling. This game's every time just turn on heat and go rock RPS. Can we avoid? No. But this is all we can do in a casino, yeah. This is why I do not recommend anybody to try and become a pro Tekken player. It's just so much effort for so little reward, and it seems incredibly stressful. Because these games are designed for the lowest denominator to win. They're not designed for people who put in countless of hours time to win. It's just not. I think these games could be fun online. I think they can be very fulfilling to play and learn, but like I would never recommend anyone try to become a pro in these games. Oh yeah, Arslan was getting cooked in this. I remember. You know, this is actually the same thing that's going on in Street Fighter. The the universal mechanics are so strong that there's very little reason to give characters variety anymore. This is why I wanted to cover this topic about people talking how um, they're saying older games was harder or whatever. Really? Punk talked about it? Alright, let's see what he said. There's too many people here who opinions is like irrelevant to me. They're just random people. I think this guy's a Xiao Yu player, yeah. To make the game more accessible to new players while creating the illusion that learning all these useless type moves will benefit you as the pilot of a character. Wait, what? Tekken and MK has a lot of stuff in common. They both play incredibly well and fun. Other than that, the two game lacks a lot of features. I mean, what features you want in Tekken 8? How much more features you want in Tekken 8? Like, what's wrong with you? Fighting games nowadays have been taken away. Oh yeah, I read this already. I agree. It seems like fighting games are all going this one direction and I'm not happy about it. I keep asking, is it possible to make a fighting game now and leave it on like keep it very defensive? I don't think it's even possible anymore. Like people say they want balance, but they don't want balance. People say they want defense, but they don't really want defense. And when I say people, I'm talking about the majority. It seems impossible to sell a product like that now. Pros are now realizing. I guess so. I mean, I talked about it on the stream. Tekken 7 put me in a downward spiral mentally. Because I wanted to like the game so bad. Like, really like the game. But I couldn't. But I had to make peace with it too. I needed to understand, like, there was only so much wiggle room. So yeah, everybody who was screaming good ass Tekken at the top of their lungs when 7 was around, I blame you. Because we know once the game keeps selling like this, they're only going to add more. They're going to only add more Tekken 7 seasoning to the pot. So I've been bracing myself for this for years now, so that's why I'm not really bothered. I was just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's expected. Not to say that these games are like bad, but if you experience what it was like having the flexibility of playing the game in different ways, you know, it might be tough. It might be tough to deal with. And kids today, their attention span is like so short. They don't want to learn motion controls. They just want to press a button or like left click on something. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's why I just want to stream the game. I don't really care about being good like that anymore. You see, because Speed is smart enough and he has enough foresight to realize like this is a bad idea. Being a pro Tekken player in 2024 is for suckers. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's just not that much money or clout involved, so
That should come through.
why would you do it?
All right, now into them first set of old heads in the FGC don't respect the new heads, or is it that the new heads don't respect the old heads? What the hell I'm trying to say is there's a debate that's going around. It's been bubbling for like, we've seen it before, right? But it's definitely been bubbling off, I would say, for like the last 2 days or so. And it has to do with some people debating were games harder back in the day versus now? Were players better back in the day versus now, right? And I'm going to present it to you the way
Okay. Man, this has been brought up to me so many different times now. I think that there's a lot of really strong players out there, but it's also way easier to get good now. In fact, I reposted a meme about this. Where is it? Like, being good back in the day took so much effort. Of course, what being good was back then is much lower now. Because everyone is watching Twitch, YouTube. They're on Discord, they're getting coached, they're paying for coaching. There's more people playing, there's bigger communities. This is definitely true though. When I'm in a fighting game competition and my opponent is a queer teenager with unlimited free time and access to Discord and modern fighting game resources. Cannot be beaten. You cannot be beaten here in the long run.
kind of, you know, the way it unraveled to me. And it starts right here with none other than Chris T on his channel. Chris has been having some fire-ass interviews lately. His link down below, definitely check him out. The show is called Talking with T, right? Where he interviews different pros and personalities in the FGC. He had a good one. I want to say this one actually was done like a month ago, and it was with Ryan Hart, right? The legend Ryan Hart.
I actually want to watch this video.
Well, they got into some interesting topics, so this is kind of where it started from.
Because Ryan Hart is easily one of the greatest fighting game players of all time. Like, he has to be like top 5 at minimum. Anything less than top 5, you're crazy.
We'll unpack everything. Let's get it.
The quality of games have gotten easier. So now, people that weren't even able to touch these guys before are now able to do okay, or, you know, be on par, or even win sometimes.
Yeah, this is true.
Take like a MOV or like a Haitani or someone, and play those guys on Street Fighter 6 or Street Fighter 5. You might do alright, you might even win. But play either of those on Street Fighter 3 and you'll get cooked.
Done.
It'll be 20-0. Like, people don't understand the difference in the actual levels of the guy. It's not that the guy...
That's true. We can't really see the levels of some players anymore simply because they dumb down the games too much. Which is really sad and really depressing. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and it doesn't seem we're ever going back to those days, ever. Like, one way I could tell you how I've got nerfed is that I'm really good at converting stray hits and being creative with that. But that skill is no longer very important with these new games. Not like it was in Tag 2. I think Cody's also a really good example. His movement in Tag 2 is like really crazy. But you can't really see how good his movement is anymore since Tekken 7 have doo-doo movement. And now it's even worse. Now you know movement is even like whatever. So yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
Is good, but you've improved and now you're on the level. No, the game has given you access to him because the game is easier now. And you can tell it's easier now by how many good players there are. Like, everyone's good now.
Okay, alright, this part though, I don't know if I agree with this. When Ryan Hart says that everyone's good now, I think that's partially has to do with there's just more people playing these games now. Like selling like a couple million copies of a fighting game or any game really in like the early 90s, 2000s, that was colossal. Nowadays that's it's nothing to like scoff at, but like, you know, it's just not that influential. I think there's just more people playing it, and as a result, there's more people that's good, air quotes. Not to say he doesn't have a point though, but you cannot neglect the fact that there's more people playing and there's more resources nowadays too.
Filter who gets good. Why does everyone get to get good? Because the game's easy. Third Strike, you weren't seeing hordes of people get good because the game was mad hard, you know. So a Street Fighter game comes out, Daigo always top level. Any Street Fighter game, you know what I'm saying? Like Tokido always top level. There's consistencies with the people that have that kind of longevity, yeah. But there's some inconsistencies. Like,
oops,
that should come through anyway.
Not everyone is good, but high level play, the gap is closer. Yeah, 100%.
You're playing.
Americans could definitely go toe to toe with more Koreans now.
I know that certain systems appeal to different styles of player. I get that. That's cool. But yeah, you can always tell the games that cater more to accommodating more numbers, or games that are really challenging in a way where there's an elite few. Street Fighter 4 was harder than 5, but it wasn't as hard as 3.
Right.
Even though technically it was more, like, even though technically it offered more, it wasn't as skill-based as 3.
I don't know enough about Street Fighter 3 and 4 to have like any say in this, so I'll take his word for it.
All right, man, that is a lot to take in right there. How do y'all feel about that? Right, where he's basically saying, well, he's saying a lot first of all, but then he ended it with saying Street Fighter 4 was hard, but it wasn't as hard as 3, even though 4 may have offered more options. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it might be true.
Now remember, that Chris T footage, right? That was filmed and posted like a month ago. Punk the God just posted this yesterday, right? Right here saying, fighting games nowadays have been taking away from unique play styles, and that kind of sucks. It was nice seeing different styles, rather it be lame, aggressive, neutral, based, etc. Now they're just trying to make everybody play rushdown style, which I just don't think suits everyone, right? I mean, there's almost 4,000 people agreeing with that, right, at the time that I saw it. Perfect Legend adds to it saying, unfortunately, it's been doing that ever since 2015. Others are like, developers decided a while back that offense and aggression is both more exciting and easier for new players to grasp. Also, every time a specialist character is strong, zoner / lame grappler or weirdo, average players lose their deadlines and they
casuals have too much of a pull in the development of these games and how they're balanced. That is the problem.
Them to the Stone Age, which is an interesting damn point, because I was talking to Dirty Low the other day and I was like, why the hell is Geef why does he suck ass in every version of the game since 4, basically, right? I was like, why don't they just give him green hand? Why can't he be top tier? And he basically said they'll never do that because people will lose their fucking mind. Nobody wants to play a game where a grappler is top tier, especially Give. That's the first time I thought about that.
No, that's 100% true. Well, you know, it's a delicate balance, right? They have to listen to the casuals because the casuals, they pay the bills. The only thing these sweaty nerds do is offer free publicity, free PR for a couple years. But yeah, that's the only thing sweaty nerds really do. Casuals, they pay the bills. They don't have to stick around though. You know, they just have to buy the game once.
Is it true? Like right here, what Fluxover just said, is there some truth to that? You know what I'm saying? Like they purposely do not buff certain characters because they know it might kill the game. And I see Tempest NYC adding to this saying, as somebody who usually loves rushdowns.
See, they don't care about retaining a player base. Well, not that they don't care, but they realize it's way easier to just appeal to casuals than try to juggle both. They're gonna just prioritize casuals, and then the competitive players are like an afterthought, it seems.
Slash standard characters, I 100% agree. I really think for the future.
And to be fair though, like it's not easy. Like I would not want to be in their shoes because this is a very tough act to juggle.
Fighting games, they should give players the freedom to play how they want without being punished for it. Obviously, some metas will lean in some sort of direction, but it's too aggro at the moment. Then Rob TV.
As somebody who usually loves Rushdown, I agree. I think the future should give players more freedom.
Ads as well, saying gamers are easier, or games are easier now, but the competition is much harder. Point blank, non-debatable.
Games are easier, but the competition is much harder. Yes, cannot argue with that. There's more people playing. There's more on the line to be played for. There's more resources than ever. There's like 1,000 times more resources than ever. So yes, the competition is definitely way harder now.
Well, and no, it's not because of the games being easier. It's because
Right, yeah, see, he talks about it. Exactly.
Access to information, more money on the line, and more people taking it serious. Nothing I said here is debatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, Rob, talk your shit, right? Mena asked this as well, saying it is easier for us, the new generation, to understand how older things work than for people from the older generation to understand how new things work. I believe
that might be true.
This because I believe because of this, it is a sign of respect for the work the old generation did. To not engage in this discussion and just let them share their opinion and try to relate as much as you can. I'm confident a lot of the new generation players, including myself, would also do really good in older games, but if we put the same amount of effort, it's just fighting games at the end.
That's true.
But this discussion is
like if you're like a GOAT, like you're legitimately good at a new school fighting game, and you put the same amount of effort into an old one, in theory you should be just as well, not just as good, you'll be good. The problem is, I don't think most people in that category, the new school people, I don't think they will like it though.
Pointless because we will never be born 10 years before to compete earlier, and the older players won't return to their prime again.
That's also true.
Adding to this as well, saying if Capcom decided to make Drive Rush reactable with no mix-up involved and reduce the overall damage of the
yes, finally someone spit in. Finally, this is what I want. I want them to make Drive Rush fully reactable and reduce damage. Then I would like Street Fighter 6 more. See? I'm not crazy. Yes, but they preferred, you know, appeasing the viewers than the players. Exactly. See, Big Bird already knows. These guys are not stupid. They already know what's going on.
Be golden, but unfortunately, it's
Manad wouldn't stick around.
seems to be
Maybe.
what viewers prefer rather than the players. Players usually are the last when it comes to almost everything.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said just now.
Damn, he's getting deep on that one, right? Well, then Alex Valle, right? Uncle Valle responds to that saying, modern fighting game cycle seems to start with a chaotic offense so everyone can play the game and get
Exactly. See, Valle is spitting. This is exactly what I've been saying this whole goddamn time.
hooked. Rushdown is one of many styles people enjoy, but for me, it's only exciting when there's risk involved, as it should be. Flashy consecutive reads and get to knowing that you can get clipped at any time. For example, Kim is on the offense character in Street Fighter 6, but Jury, Ken, DJ, etc. can do whatever she does with one DR frame and then get the party started, but better. Makes Rushdown style feel
Exactly.
homogenized across the board. And that's not a good direction if you're designing unique characters.
Exactly. Exactly. He's spitting.
I'm hearing some players saying the similar things about the heat system in Tekken 8. Would love to see other styles flourish in future seasons. And I even see Sajam adding to this, right? Saying, I will only engage in modern fighting game discourse temporarily on Twitter to say I'm not surprised at the players who feel that way about the new versions of the game. Partially because the games are designed away from the last title, and that means usually away from the play styles of the most dominant players at that game. So it's not...
Wait. Hold up. I'm not sure about this one.
That means
I will only engage in discourse temporarily on Twitter to say I'm not surprised. Okay, fair enough.
usually away from the play styles of the most dominant players at that game. So it's not surprising they feel in opposition of the way some players want to play the game. Then if Justin's Wong, I don't want to be right, responds as well,
Wait.
saying, man, some players
He says partially because the games are designed away from the title. Okay, see that line is kind of crazy in a way, because the question that needs to be asked here is why? Why are the games being designed away from the previous title? See that right there? He needs to address that statement. That sentence. The important question is why, though. Whether this is true or not, you need to address why, because this is a big factor in the conversation. And the reason why they're designing it away from the previous style is because they want to dumb it down more or make it more flashy or whatever. And that means usually away from the playstyles of the most dominant players of that game. This is also kind of debatable. Hell, Mena RD was one of the most dominant players in Street Fighter V, and he's still more or less dominating in 6, right? So, I don't know if this is true. Well, he doesn't address why they're designing the games differently, one. And then the second part, that's questionable. So yeah, I would like Sajam to elaborate more on that. Yeah, this was definitely a sus comment by Sajam. Like, it sounds good on paper, but like, I don't know if this is actually true.
want to play the game. Then if Justin's Wong,
I don't notice Sajam talking too much trash, but if he does, let me know. I want to see it.
be right, responds as well, saying, man, all Punk the God said is how he missed different archetypes.
Alright, man, all Punk said is he missed different archetypes of playstyle, and this fumble into... That's true. That's true, like, it didn't even need to go in this direction, but people took it there.
Types of playstyles in fighting games, and this fumbled into old fighting games versus new fighting games. How did this even happen? This is all your fault, Punk. Punk responds saying, I wasn't even trying to be negative about anything at all. He responds saying, yeah, I know, you had some valid ass points. Then I see Ryan Hart swooping on in and adding as well, saying, I love people sharing, but the problem is most people don't even understand the details or the mind behind the clip. They're just listening to this excerpt and turning it into whatever they need it to be for the point they're trying to...
That's true. People just, you know, they're not going the extra mile to try to understand the perspective of someone else.
Make this comes across very.
This is why I actually want to watch this video where Ryan Hart talks with Chris T.
Disingenuous. And the other half of that conversation, Chris T added to that saying, amidst the chaos of hot takes, Talking with T was created to navigate through the Twitter noise, spotlight those with genuine expertise. If the conversation on X caught your attention, dive deeper with me, tune in for more unfiltered discussions.
Alright, I know he's doing this as a means of plugging his content, but it's a good plug. Unfortunately, it's a very good plug. See, even I want to go and watch this video now.
Link down below.
And I don't even really watch FGC content like that. I just watch tournaments.
And like I said, that link is down below. Definitely check it out because that was an interesting ass conversation. And before it gets a little lighter, it gets a little deeper, right? Because Rob TV.
Yeah, I mean, you should just assume most people won't understand anyway. I've become so cynical
He had to make a video.
and jaded.
He had to say something, right? Let's check out the clip.
First off, excuse my hair. It looks like I'm about to have a 1st to 10 with Hungry Box. But regardless,
I don't even understand that.
in
Alright.
FGC, I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers, man. And you know what I mean by that? I'm talking about the members that are like,
come on,
oh my God, you guys are having the same debate again. Here we go again.
Uh-oh,
You guys-
uh-oh.
Why are you guys even debate? As if we listen, bro. First off, you're not some super enlightened, intelligent being.
Whoa, you shot, you're shooting shots right now. Alright.
You realize we're having the same debate again. Where did you grow up? Do you watch sports? Have you ever been to the fucking barbershop, which I'm going to be going to tomorrow because it look crazy? You know, people have debates in there all the time. I go in the barbershop and have the same debates that my goddamn daddy used to have back before I was born, I'm sure. Just about different athletes at this point. So it's okay for us to debate. It doesn't mean we hate each other. It doesn't mean the fighting game community is regressing. It's okay. Some of us disagree with what Ryan Hart said.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Alright, so first of all, he's right. You're not special if you acknowledging there's a repetition here of topics, right? Like, we're constantly repeating the same shit. You're not special. Like, most people with half a brain who's been around could do that. I don't know what he disagrees with Ryan Hart, though. That's what I want to know.
Ryan Hart disagrees with us on some stuff. We still love Ryan Hart. Ryan Hart still love us. Me and Justin Wong be disagreeing on shit. I still got love for the OG. That's still my dog. And he still got love for me. I'm still his dog. Okay? We can talk shit. It's fun for some of us, bro. We like to fucking debate. We got testosterone. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Is
shit.
that okay?
That's where we going. Alright, I guess.
You are not some omnipotent, enlightened being because you're pointing out that it's the same debate again. Wow. We know, and we like it. Close Twitter, bro. Close fucking Twitter.
That's what's up. I guess we gotta close Twitter. Rob ain't playing around. Talk your shit. Oh, damn, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Talk your shit, Rob. That's what's up, man. I'm sorry if the mic, I just lit it on fire.
I could see how that could be annoying. People thinking they're so, like, holier than thou just because they acknowledge that we're having the same debate, like, every month, 2 months. That's true. Like, there's no reason to stay on Twitter. Like, let me put it this way. There's no reason to be around people that not fucking with you. Or that just not good for your mental health. Like, so if you being on Twitter negatively affecting your mental health, then just X off that shit.
Right now with all that noise. But look, that's an interesting perspective as well. Now let's go back real quick. There was a lot of things said. It could be taken certain type of ways. I don't know if we'll ever resolve that debate, but I did see that too. I saw that on Twitter where people were posting like, are we talking about this again? We do this every year and yada yada. I saw that, right? But Rob has a point where he's like, look, it's just us talking. It's not like anybody actually hates each other. It's kind of like barbershop talk, which I can kind of relate, right? Because I grew up talking shit in my family. That's why I like to talk shit in the FGC. I like to keep it in the game. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a family that loves trash talk, you know what I'm saying? And they were gonna let you have it every which way. So for me, it's fun, you know what I'm saying? And debates like this is also fun as well. We're very passionate. Oh, we're a very passionate community. And what we believe, we believe. You know what I'm saying? So something like this.
See, that's it. We should be able to just talk shit to people in game. But the problem is, too many motherfuckers take it personal. And once you go down that road, oh boy. Yeah, there's no way to win after that, really. I'm really on Twitter, I just see what people are talking about. I mean, I'm on Twitter, but I don't really talk to too much people on there.
I don't really know what the right answer is. I think a lot of people make a lot of different valid points, but how y'all feeling? Let me know. There it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Thank you guys for the amazing love. And big shout out one more time to Into the AM. You see the T, you see the hat. I'm always wearing the hat at least, right? For sponsoring this video. And I really mean it, y'all. It is because of you that I'm real quick, just hang with me real quick. I was very intimidated, and I would even go as far to say scared, you know what I'm saying, to do this full time. Because it's you have to have faith, and you just have to go and believe in what you're doing, you know.
I want to see this video though. I think this is
We're
it.
not at that maturity level yet where it's like an open communication channel for understanding how the game works. It's more like you do your thing over there, I'll do my thing over here, and I'll see you at the finals. You know? I'll see you in the World Warrior. I'll see, and you know, and.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of Talking with T.
There's no chapters. What the fuck, bro? We're in 2024. What are you doing?
Christopher Tatarian, and I'm excited to have you guys here. This is a project that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and I felt like there wasn't something similar to this within the FGC, and specifically within the Street Fighter community.
I thought for sure he had chapters. Like, god damn it. Yeah, most of the valid points is just shit we've been saying for years. Quite unfortunate.
And I wanted to,
Well, alright, let me see how it's starting off at least.
And, I want to first of all shout out the other people within the community that do have podcasts as well, like Yipes and Chris Matrix. They have their own podcast as well, and some other people. You should definitely check them out. I want to
know what more people have to say about this. Wait, hold on. Some characters are made for Rushdown though, at least it seems that way, of course, depending on who the character is. Like, I don't even understand why you would make this statement, because like, this should be so obvious. Like, why? Like, if this was, like, why would you, like, there's so many different things you could have said that could have added to the conversation. You just said the most obvious bullshit. Well, of course some characters are, but that doesn't mean you have to play that style with them, and that's the reason why fighting games are so fun to watch. Yeah, pretty much. I hear you. I think some people just can't help themselves at times. Depending on how far it gets them, they should be able to adapt when need be. I don't even understand what he really means by that. But okay. Talking about multiple playstyles and referencing SF5 is going to start up a whole other discussion, that's true. But that doesn't mean you have to play that style. True. Yeah, people nowadays, they don't even want to like create playstyles. This is, yeah, this guy is spitting. People don't want to put in that kind of effort. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is spot on. This guy says, I fear many of you don't realize that this is what you ask for when screaming balance. Fighting games are falling off because of FGC esports conformity. You know what's really going on? So this part here is true, right? Fighting games are falling off because of FGC esports conformity. Well, okay. Let me back up. The games are not falling off, but a level of quality with regards to the game is definitely falling off. Like, there's less player expression, there's less ways to play the game effectively, that kind of thing. So it's more that you're playing to make the game look exciting so people could watch, so people could monetize the viewership. That's really what they're trying to do. They're not really trying to like make the game fun for the player. Or at least that's on the back burner compared to the viewership. All those styles are still possible. Fighting games just got more options added to the mix these days. I don't know if that's true. Because you see, possible is a very strong word. I don't like people when they just throw out that word. Just like that. Like, sure, it's still possible, but to what context? To what level? I really don't like when people phrase things like this. Absolver is the best fighting game. What the fuck is that? 7 out of 10 on Steam. Bruh. PvE game mode. Oh, it's like Soulsborne. Alright, whatever. We'll keep it pushing. Well, that's like the myriad of unused styles that may not be good anyways, like MK. Fighting games are like Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh boy. But over time, Capcom has truly strengthened the gameplay from all angles and took out unnecessary garbage while leveraging fast-paced gameplay. Kinda? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this statement. I don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Either. When everyone is Unga and no one will be Bunga. Top player day A. Offense is too strong. The game is only about rushing down your opponent and throwing loop them to death. Top player day B. Defense is too strong. Every match conditioned by perfect parry. Again, I'm not sure if I agree or disagree with this statement. Too many new stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, if I had to pick here, the lesser evil is definitely perfect parry. You know, you could just make perfect parry more of a risk or use up more resources. But how intrinsically designed offense is in these games is way more problematic in my opinion. Yeah, perfect parry is more skilled, but they should still maybe make it harder. Like, make it use more resources or something. It's clear their strategy is to make offense so overwhelming that no one can go on the offense first. Or that is who could go on the offense. But then people are like, Justin fell off when in reality he was just so strong they changed the game to make him lose. I mean, not wrong, I think. I can only think of KOF currently is the only title that doesn't force you to play that way. I see. Every recent fighting game feels like a slugfest where you have to guess on 2-touch. Yeah, this seems to be the trend. This is why I want to figure out, can they even make a defensive game anymore? Can you make a defensive fighting game? Market it to millions of people and sell it. Is that even possible anymore? This guy is right. I think fighting game devs are so afraid of 2 players with a defensive playstyle boring people in tournaments to death. Tekken 8's a good example. They've been super transparent about it though. Yeah, pretty much. Yo, what's up, AB? I mean, I've been talking about this since Tekken 7 days. Like, I was preparing myself. Not to say that I think Tekken 8 is necessarily a bad game, but if I had to pick between playing like Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 8, I'll go back and play Tekken Tag 2 every day. Every single day. It's just I know it doesn't seem like they could sell those types of games to the masses anymore. I have many thousands of hours in Tag 2 and I'm still eager to go back and play the game. The only reason I don't do it is because I know there's not many people and there's not tournaments for it. They know they could bank on scrubs pretty much. I mean, it's a business, right? It's a business at the end of the day. And they have to cater to the people who's going to buy the product. Players are hating this though, right? I've seen at least 5 posts about it. This guy says, thing is that devs don't understand what aggressive really is. They equate it to constantly pressing buttons and turn stealing. What good aggression looks like is forcing options. Things that make the opponent do something besides sit there and block or dash. This guy might be onto something. This guy might be onto something. You know, I blew up players like Jasandi and Tag 2 when everyone was playing that game. Jasandi was playing Tag 2, I don't know. It's also possible they was just new back then. The main thing I like about Tag 2 is that if you're on a certain level, people can't just randomly fuck with you. That's why I love that game, because when you put Ian into that game, the game rewards you. But like when I play Tekken 7, I feel weak. I feel scared and timid. it's not very good. Yeah, when you was like on a certain level in that game, people would most likely know it. There would be no two ways about it. That's why it didn't really feel bad getting fucked up in Tag 2, because that just means you had to get better as a player. You'd be like, oh, that guy's on that level, okay, I need to try and get there too. Wait, what? I'm confused. No, I mean during Tekken 7, people had a craze to play. Oh, right. Oh, that's what you mean. Well, just saying, he's a Tekken 7 player, because I don't think he played Tag 2. So yeah, I could believe that. I remember in Tag 2, when I got to Orange rank in like 5 hours, that was like a flex. That was actually a flex. Nowadays, getting Orange rank means like nothing. It doesn't really have any value. Like I mean, it's cool if you get it, it's a start, but like, you know, it's not a flex, unfortunately. Wait, what? The problem is they don't get played by the vast majority of players. I mean, that might be true. This might be true though, what do you say? Yeah. I think this comment has some validity. Even Tekken 8 is going all in on aggressive. But as you know, home run sells tickets. This is the esports era. Yeah, pretty much. That's what we've been saying this whole time. These games are designed to create viewership, not necessarily to be fun at the forefront. This is also true. Street Fighter 6 feels even more bland. That's why I don't understand how people could like that game. Orange rank is beginner rank nowadays. Yeah, more or less. I double rank with Steve and Raven. Oh, that was actually a fun team. I played that team a little bit. I never knew who to play my Raven with. But I think, yeah, it was mostly Steve. Like I said, I have many thousands of hours playing Tag 2. And I would still go back in a heartbeat if I could. Wait, what? The problem is they make everyone really strong, so you're forced to play more defensive. Then the next game comes and they listen to player complaints. Oh. No, yeah, Leo was orange rank, but he could have get higher. I just, he just didn't play rank like that for whatever reason. This statement's a little bit confusing. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with this statement. I feel like the writing was on the wall when Dalsim started playing Rushdown. Oh no. And it just got worse over time. I get that the devs want the game to be exciting. I miss watching different playstyles. Yeah, this Drive Rush business in Street Fighter 6 is just not interesting to me at all. But hey, I mean, most people seem to like it, so what the fuck do I know? This guy's also spitting. He says just boot up any SNK game, but there's no money and the netcode's mid. Oh boy, the harshest of realities right here. Oh boy, who is this guy? This guy, you smart. The constant rushdown, neutral skip. It's so lame. Yeah, it's... I don't know, man. The only thing modern fighting games has done for me is make me want to go and play more games, play more different games. That's mostly what it has done. Like, I still I like understanding the new Tekken game. I find that challenging and interesting, but it's not particularly fun, not like the old games. This guy says he thought Drive Rush was going to do different things for different characters. Ha! Keep dreaming. I would play Tag too, but I just know people will never stick with it again. And there's just, you know, there's no tournaments, there's nothing really to follow. There's no tournaments to enter. SF6 is really all I've been playing lately, and it seems pretty diverse to me. Wait, what? This guy says I wouldn't claim to know everything, but wouldn't more weird and off-the-wall fighting styles make it harder to balance? Okay, this guy is not wrong. This is true. This is true. The weirder you make games, the harder it is to be balanced. This is why I said I don't envy the game developers. Because yes, it would be nice to have more variety, but more variety means more unbalanced bullshit. It's a conundrum. It's just inherently problematic. So, like I said, my best advice is get some new hobbies, find some new games to play as well, if you want to be about it for the long run. I put down DBFC after Brawley came out, because then I realized that the grappler are just rushed on characters with command throws. Turns out the entire game was Rushdown. Yeah, that game's crazy. Just look at what they did with Wild Assault and Strive. Now every game needs a rushdown mechanic. Is it fighting games or just Street Fighter? Arc System Works games have been that way forever with mechanics. This is why games like Third Strike and Marvel are so fun to watch. Modern fighting games strip creative identity. You'd be hard pressed to identify players in modern games. That's true. That is pretty true. So what are the most expressive fighting games then? This feels more disingenuous. I mean, I'm not really an expert on this topic, but let me see. I think older Tekken games were more expressive, with the exception of Tag 2, which is why it sold so poorly, because it was like built for like a hardcore player, but it was made in like more recent times. So of course the demographic did not vibe with it at all. I think CVS too. That game seems really expressive. Like you could be very lame and or rushdown in that game. I'm trying to think of more 2D fighting games like that. Maybe Street Fighter 4? Yeah, Street Fighter 4 definitely still had very lame character playstyles. Even Street Fighter 5 to an extent too. But yeah, maybe Street Fighter 4 might be one of the best examples of this. Wait, what? Less zoning, more rushdown. Less rushdown, more zoning, rushdown and zoning, too much zoning. This is funny. Why is this so real? Yeah, you just can't please everyone. You just can't please everyone. It's unfortunate. I don't know enough about Guilty Gear to have an opinion on this. So maybe Guilty Gear might be an exception. Which is why I want to try and start learning that game. Alright, I think I might call it here. I might stream later. I might actually play some games later. Maybe in like 4 or 5 hours from now or something. But I'm gonna take a break. Y'all be good. I'll catch you guys later. Let me just find some outro music. What are we gonna end on? Alright, fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna end on this. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Most likely, at least. Y'all be good.
My declaration noise, just what is happening right now.